Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, it's Airbnb Bust. Is the party over, host? I want to know because we always have a real estate strategy. And as you guys know here in the SSN Nation, you make money when you buy the real estate. You don't buy the real estate and then reverse it and say, oh, how much will I make? You already know beforehand because why? You are an investor. You're not just a homeowner. A homeowner just goes by feelings, emotions. I love this place. I want to live here forever. Then you'll buy the home and it does not matter. But if you're looking at an investment, then therefore you have to have a real estate strategy. You just can't hope and pray. And we're going to talk about a little bit of this Airbnb bust. And is it a misnomer? Is it real? Well, depends on who you are and where your property is. And we're going to talk about this and much more tonight because we're always about the Wealthy Wednesday night live stream is going to be in effect. And welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I want to thank you so much for being here. If you can't get in the chat room tonight, let me start this off. It's Wealthy Wednesday night live streams where it's members only with the icon that can be in the chat room. Subscribers, you are not members. And anyone else watching, you are not a member. You have to have an icon in order to get in the chat room. Everybody else can watch, of course. Anybody can watch. But if you see this and you need to get in touch, make comments down below the video. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, I'm going to put something on the screen. I think I kind of messed up where I want it to go, but make sure you share the videos, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Share the videos because you never know who you're going to be able to help. That's the beauty of this. Now, I was going to go with something else. We're going to get to that shortly. But seeing how I'm going to be talking about this Airbnb bust, why don't I just go to Business Insider? Why don't I just talk about that right now? And by the way, everybody who's in the stock market, you can see what happened today. Negative 1%, negative 1%, negative 1%, almost 2% at the Dow Jones. So therefore, they're going back a little bit. No worries. Again, 1929 and 1932, we have these weeks that go up and we have some weeks that go down, but usually it goes down further. But we'll talk about that also tonight. But the Airbnb bust. I know a lot of people are going to be watching this saying, Eric, what's going on with the Airbnb bust? Well, you know what's really going on. Choices. Choices are what's really going on. If you've been here for the last 4 years, we've talked about real estate investing and strategies. But there's one thing that you've always heard me talk about: demand. There's no way you can get around this. Location and demand is paramount, especially if you're one of these Airbnb hosts who are out here buying properties just to Airbnb. You're not even buying properties in a certain location. You're just buying properties in a residential neighborhood in a city, because everybody who was doing that for about 10 years, from 2012 till around 2020, 21, 22, it was a no-brainer because Airbnb was growing. There was a pandemic, then people were like, hey, I need a place to stay. I need a place to hang out. I'm going to be quarantined, so now I got to have Airbnb. People were flying in from outside of the country to many cities where they had to wait 7 days if they didn't have a positive test. All kind of things were happening where it helped people. And that little help gave a misunderstanding for ordinary citizens. Ordinary citizens, that's you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me see who's in the house. Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream where it's members only like him with the icon that can be in the chat room. Thank you so much for being here. And he brings his tagline as well. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and trailer. Thank you so much. And whoever's received a notification and trailer, please let me know in the chat room. Thank you very much, Laverne Penix. And in case you're new here and don't know who this man is, he's here known as Mr. Cool in these parts. That's the man. He's here. Thank you so much again, Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool, for being here. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream where it's members only like Victor Marrero with the icon that can be in the chat room. And he brings one of two taglines tonight. He says, hello all, let's do this, and do this we shall. Thank you so much, Victor Marrero. And since we're talking about Airbnb, he actually does Airbnb, but it's a little different. He has a management company. And I'm pretty sure their management company uses Airbnb, VRBO, and what other mechanisms they're using to actually get renters for his property. So he's doing very, very well because why? He's in a high demand area, not just for 3 months a year, not just for 6 months a year, but for damn near 12 months a year. That's what market he is in. So there is one of your things right there. If I know I'm going to Airbnb and I know that I want people to rent every month, then shouldn't I be in a place where there's high demand, where there's vacation rentals, where people actually come for business, where there's many theme parks? Does this sound familiar? Where there's reasons for people to be there 12 months a year. And you wonder why he might have 80, 90 plus % occupancy in a high-end location where people are spending $400, $500, $600 per night, and he's getting that occupancy rate. Are you guys getting the picture yet? Airbnbust is the party over host. I got news for you. It's over for a large percentage of the hosts because, again, you buy property in the middle of a residential neighborhood, the guests can stay anywhere. All you can have is what? A pool, a jacuzzi. Both of those items cost you maintenance and upkeep when they're using it, cost you chemicals, cost you breakdown cost as well. So those are just two items. What are you going to do? Get some bicycles? Because once somebody's in a residential neighborhood and there aren't many restaurants in walking distance, the location doesn't have game rooms usually, fitness centers, all of these things that come with a resort type atmosphere, you don't have in a residential neighborhood. So you will never hear anyone here talking about get a Airbnb in a residential neighborhood. There's number one why you're going to find your Airbnb bust. I'm going to give you the actual number one thing with regard to demand is you're getting property in a mountainous region. You know, in a mountainous region, the only time things are pretty good is when it's generally snow and when in the summer it's real cool. In the spring and fall, you have demand that falls off a cliff. So therefore, once again, hosts that are in a mountainous region or you're in the middle of a desert, you only have certain times a year. You do not have 12 months a year of demand. You're going to miss out on 3 to 6 months of demand or more, depending on what area you're in. If your city is not hot, which most cities are not, because residential neighborhoods are not hot. What's hot is when somebody goes somewhere and they say, oh, we have a situation like in Miami now that they're building in the downtown condos. We have the fitness center. We have an area if you want a meeting in because everybody does work from home. Not everybody, a lot of people do work from home. So now they're saying, hey, we have offices over here. We have desks over here. We have meeting rooms in the condominium project, like a Lofty Brickell, like a Nativo, like a 501 Residences. And we're right by the train. So if you don't have a car, you can just jump on the train, the tram, and get around, the people mover. If you don't like that, go on the water over here that's a block or two away and take a boat taxi. You see, and oh, by the way, we have the fitness center, we have a restaurant, we have a bar. Oh, we have a couple bars, we have a couple of pools, we have a library. Are you getting it yet? So that would be perfect Airbnb. And that's what you're going up against when you think Airbnb bust. All these people are buying residential locations. That's fine. Some people in residential locations are making out like bandits. They have the pool table in there. And yes, they even added the jacuzzis and the pools. They added a fitness room, everything that a resort will have. But you're not going to be paying $150 a night. They're going to charge you more than that. And a lot of locations, guess what else? Cities, states, and counties started regulating, saying, oh, you can only have X amount of rentals. Like in the desert, San Bernardino says something like 31, 32 rentals per year for your short-term rentals. Once you reach past that number, apparently something happens. I'm just like, wait a minute. You can have 3 nights, 4 nights, 5 nights, 6 nights, 7 nights, all in 1 month. That would count like 5 rentals. We got 12 months left here. So as soon as I get to 30, I'm going to be at 30 in about half the year, at least, maybe sooner. What am I supposed to do the other 6 months? Some other rules, like in Whistler, they just said, hey, everybody who does rentals for Airbnb short-term rentals, I'm sorry, you can't do it. Sorry. Other places are going, you have to do 28 days or more. And 28 days now puts you at risk. Because now if you do month rentals, is that person a tenant or is that person an Airbnb short-term host? In most states, if a person stays past like a week, starts getting mail there, and lives there for like a month, you got to evict them. They could stay in your house and you got to evict them. That's another risk that you could put yourself into. So again, these are the reasons why there's going to be Airbnb bust, because people are not new at this. Very simple. You have to be very selective when picking the property and providing experience. Not just a bed to sleep on. There will always be competition. Focus on how to get customers to return. Exactly. Very good advice from Victor Marrero. And he said, look at this last sentence. Focus on how to get customers to return. He's mentioning this. His properties are where people do return. Whenever you have upscale, this is why I always tell people you should have upscale. Consider that part of the equation, because there is people who will always come back to a place that they consider 5-star. They will not go back to a place they consider like a Motel 6. They're not going to sit there and have brand loyalty to that crap. When they have everything going on at this one location, they're gladly returning again. So just keep that in mind. You want Airbnb bust to go away? If you're part of this Airbnb bust, I'm telling you all the strategies that people come up with on these YouTube streets. Here's the thing. They didn't come in the YouTube streets when Airbnb started. They joined Airbnb in the last 5 years, where Airbnb was on a skyrocket ride up, where everybody's sitting there like, oh yeah, I can just throw up an Airbnb and they have millions of customers, and so I'm going to get rentals. Well, as it turns out, like Victor Marrero says, there is competition on the way. Because as soon as somebody shows off, I made $800,000, all of a sudden people are like, wait, how? Let me do it. And now you have millions of people jumping in, which now means you have competition where there was only 3 people on the block doing something. Now you have 15 people on the block doing something. Now Airbnb has more people than ever. But guess what else? They have more hosts than ever. That's the problem. So there you go. Competition's always going to be there. And when he says focus on how to get customers to return, I got another dirty little secret for you. If you're just ordinary, meaning, let's just say 2 bedroom, 2 bath, nice. And the place has a pool, jacuzzis, restaurant, bar. Okay. Guess who else has that same exact thing? Hotels have that. Other hosts have that. So now you're in a situation where you don't offer anything more than a guy staying in a house that has those things, and a guy staying at a resort that has those things, a guy staying at a hotel or your place. So how is he going to return? He's sitting there going, well, that place was cool. I love it. But that's not going to bring somebody to say, oh, yes, I need to come back because that's so special. That's not special. But how can we make it special? See, therein lies the experience. So you hear a lot of these people going, hey, make your place look like this. Make your place look like that. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? Victor Morrell is going to back this up as well. Let me explain something to you. Just like when you think you're going to go for a job and you're thinking most people would say, oh, I want to make $100,000 a year. And a person gets offered a $60,000 a year job from another company. You think it's a no-brainer. You're like, okay, the person's going to obviously take the 100K job. Why does the person take the 60K job? Everybody's not built the same. Everybody's not looking for the money. Some people are looking for the challenge. Some people are looking for the responsibility. Some people are looking for the camaraderie. They feel good. Well, in the hospitality business, your guest has to feel good. So the simplest things, even just leaving a card on the table when they arrive, thank you so much for coming and staying at my abode. Leaving a piece of chocolate, leaving a basket full of goodies, leaving wine on the counter. Just those simple little things is how you will get return visitors, even if you have not the best of places, because people feel the love. They feel that you want them there. It's inviting. It's a good feeling to be there. That's where people are coming back. And like I said, Victor Morrell has a place that's the feeling when people come there. They're special. All right. And that's what you want. You want people to feel special. But again, the number one thing is it doesn't matter. All this stuff I'm saying about that will not matter if you're in the freaking middle of the desert when only January, February, March, and April are the only time people want to stay there. That's prime time. And then when they have Coachella, then it's prime time for 2 weeks. Other than that, you're going to have a downturn. And if somebody sold you on this idea to go out and buy $500,000, $600,000 homes and then rent them out, or condos and rent them out without having the amenities there, well, guess what? You're going to be in for a long ride. Because wherever there is something where people need to go, there's new buildings coming up. So if you think there's competition now, imagine that you're going to have competition when the new builders build some more homes in the next year. And now they add another 400 or 500 hosts in your area. Now what you're going to do? And what if they build a complex where that complex has, who knows, lakes, boats? All of a sudden you're sitting there with, oh, I just own a home in a residential neighborhood. The other people are like, yeah, I own a home in a residential neighborhood too, but I have a lake. We have paddle boats out there. We have volleyball out here, beach volleyball, because we brought sand out here. We have 3, 4, 5 pools. We have basketball courts, soccer fields. All of a sudden, children's play area. Now all of a sudden, your residential neighborhood is different than mine. I got the 18-hole golf course. Championship golf course. We have a aquatic fitness center. So all residential units aren't the same. Now you're going to be behind the 8 ball. So again, this is why you need to be in the demand areas, because you can overcome your short fallings just by having a simple demand. So if everything's booked up in the city, which is rare, but if everything's booked up in your location, well, then by default, you're still going to get rentals. But if you don't have the demand and everything is not booked up, by default, you get nothing. All right. That's my first salvo for the Airbnb bus, but we're going to keep going because look here, we have some people in the house who are doing the damn thing with regard to buying pre-construction properties, and George's Charles is one of them. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he says, hi, money people. That's exactly right. All the money people are here in the house. Hi, Victor from George's Charles, showing the love, location, amenities to stand out. He's got that exactly right. And I'm about to show you guys something exactly what I'm talking about. For Airbnb, focus on quality versus quantity. Exactly. Victor Morrell dropping some gems tonight because the quality is the thing. So yes, there's a lot of these Airbnb YouTubers out here talking about, oh, I need to do this. You need to make your furniture do that. Well, hey, they're right. They're right. They're exactly right. You're not going down to IKEA, ladies and gentlemen. So don't even think about it. See, this is the other thing that people don't understand. You can't sit there and just go, oh, my house, I'm going to do Airbnb. And you just can't have any old couch. You can't have any old bed. You can't have any old towels. You understand? You just can't have any old soap. You got to set things up. This is a guest you're having. And not only that, it's a stranger. You want that stranger, when they leave, you want them to tell other people about you. This is how you get those repeat customers, because the other people are going, man, I stayed at this place. This dude left me this gift bag. This guy, he left. You should have, man, the towels were awesome. The bed was like sleeping on clouds. He's like, man, everything in there. We had the blender. We had the coffee maker. We had everything we wanted, the toaster in there. And it wasn't that cheap ass crap either. We could use a Keurig. They're like, wait a minute. And he left us a bottle of wine too. And I can't believe it. There was some drinks in the fridge. What's going on? You guys, if you ever go to this location, you need to, hey, here's his Airbnb. Go check him out. Go stay with him. That is the type of stuff you need. The only way you're going to get that is when people go there. Now, you have this cheap IKEA stuff in there, and you have cheap sofas, couches, beds. People aren't going to have a nice time. They're not telling their friends, I didn't get a good night's sleep. Oh my God, that couch and stuff was cheap. It felt like I was going to fall through. No, you have to spend money on your property. If you're going to do this, this is why there's Airbnbust, because you have all these people that sat there and bought homes and put in any furniture. Then they're like, oh, I wonder why people stayed here, but nobody else wants to come, because the reviews aren't giving you great reviews. They're not saying anything special. They're just going, okay, it was a nice stay, whatever. That's how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Anyone can have 90% at $50 a night. Exactly. I'd rather have 70% occupancy at $300 or more a night. It's not about filling up the calendar. It's about quality. See, Victor Marrero has been doing rentals for a while. This is one of the things that people who I tell stuff about Airbnb, they tell me, like they would tell Victor. I'm sure Victor told people this. Some people that were Airbnb hosts, they'd be like, oh man, I'm 90%. And you're like, okay, how much do you charge? And like he says, $50 per night. I said, yeah, okay. And I'm like, I charge $199 per night and I have 60% occupancy. I have less people, but I make more money than you. So what's your point? You can't raise it up more, but you're getting more wear and tear. Remember, the more people that stay at your place, the more wear and tear on your property, your furnishings. Everything has more wear and tear. That means you're going to have to replace your towels more often because they get washed more often. That means housekeeping comes all the time. All your items, every time something goes through a cycle, washing machines, pots, pans, when somebody uses them, the more they use them, the more use. That means replacement is coming sooner than later. So I pride myself on simple things. When somebody sits there and tells me, I just had people last week who wanted to stay at MLK in Vegas. And a guy hits me up and he says, hey, man, I know you got a 2-bedroom and I know you're charging like, I think it was $400 a night, actually more than that. It was almost damn near $489 a night. He says, I couldn't believe the guy even sent me a message. He goes, hey, man, will you match somebody else's price in your complex? And he sent me over some price, right? He didn't send me a link. He just sent me some price. I think it was like, I don't know, half my price. And I'm like, you know what I really want to say, but what I sent him back was, hey, you know what? I suggest you rent that from him ASAP, like yesterday. That is one hell of a deal. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I want that one person to do that, that takes that price off the table. And now somebody won't see that one. It's gone. He got less. And sure enough, somebody else comes to me and says, Eric, do you have these 3 nights? I damn well do. $469 per night on average, because he stayed 3 nights. Some nights were $499, and I don't know what the other one was. It was probably $430 or something like that. Meanwhile, this guy wanted me to go half price, make $750 versus $1,300. That made no sense to me. Victor Marrero makes a very good point here. Do not underestimate the value of your property, especially when you have it nice. So if you have everything nice, you don't have to cater to the lower end crowd. You can charge more even if you have less occupancy. It's not about occupancy numbers. It's about making money. So if I can make the same amount of money as you, but you got to do 30 nights or 25 nights, and all I got to do is 2 weeks, I'm taking the 2 weeks all the time. And one other thing about this is so interesting. When people start brand new, they don't know the vacation rental business. There's a difference between, I treat Airbnb as a vacation rental business. I don't treat it as I'm just renting. You have to look at it as hospitality business, just like a hotel. You pretty much have to act the same way. You just can't go, I have an extra room and I'm going to rent. You can do that. You can say, hey, there's a traveling nurse. They're going to rent it for 3 months. Okay, that's fine. But when you're talking about just random people being able to make a random vacation, that is literally the same thing a hotel does. They have no way to know how to get additional people there other than to advertise, other than to be on the bookings.com, the pricelines.com, and everywhere else.com, expedia.com, vicasa.com, wherever they can be, evolve.com, right? So you guys have to understand, all of this matters. And if you have a better quality location with a high demand location, guess what's going to happen? You get to charge more, rent less, and still make an arm and a leg. I saw some people here, again, I'm picking on people that bought in, I don't know who told people to buy in Joshua Tree, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, buy homes, not even condos with a golf course, with a lake, none of that. They told people to buy homes, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 that they're going to Airbnb and then spend another 30 grand, 40 grand for rehab and fix up. What in the hell is going on, ladies and gentlemen? There's no way. You don't have demand. You don't have anything. So the people that are in these desert areas that talking about I'm losing money, don't be shocked. You're not going to have the rentals in June, July, August, September. Oh, well, you're going to have that 2 weeks in October, I think it is, for Coachella. But the fact of the matter is, there's not high demand for like 7 months. So, of course, and you're going to be having mortgage notes of $4 grand, $3,500, $5 grand in some instances. You're listening to these Airbnb people. Of course, there's going to be an Airbnb bust and the party is over for you. There is no way you can change that around. You know why? Because the amount of stuff that you're going to do, you're going to add stuff. You're going to say, oh, I'm not getting rentals because I don't have a pool. Let me put in a pool. Oh gosh, I don't have rentals. I don't have a jacuzzi. Oh my. Oh, I don't have rentals because I don't have a bike for people to get around. No, that's not it, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have anything to offer. The people are living in the middle of nowhere with no reason. Once they sit at your place, so what? They could be anywhere and have those amenities I just mentioned. But they have to leave to go do anything. So wouldn't it be better if they were to gonna leave and go have a, let's say people work out and they say, hey, there's a fitness center. Let's say, hey, I play basketball. Here's the basketball court right here in our same neighborhood. Wouldn't that be nicer, at least if you're going to go with low demand areas? But even then, low demand is going to catch up with you. You're not going to win, no matter what you do. All right? And you can keep spending money. You can keep adding on money. You can say a jacuzzi, $5,000, $10,000. Great. Here's some bikes. Spend another 2 G's. Great. What else are you going to do? Leave a car in the driveway. Okay, how much was that car? I don't know. 15 grand. Great. You're spending money. Who's doing this? Who's telling you to do this? It's waste. You're not getting any return on this money. You already spent $700,000 for a house. Now you're spending another $120,000 just so you can get up with the Joneses. Again, this is why your strategy starts at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, not at the end. You're supposed to know before you buy, hey, what's the reason why people are going to rent from me? That's part of investing. That's the difference. Buying a second home just to hang out versus investing in a second home to actually do Airbnb. Those are two different animals. You don't get to sit there and just go, okay, I have an Airbnb and all I'm going to do is buy all these toys that all these Airbnb dudes be telling me. Oh, yeah, you don't have a jacuzzi. That's why. You don't have a pool in your backyard. That's why. No, you don't have demand 12 months a year. That's why. I wouldn't have to buy all this extra stuff if I have demand. Victor Marrero has demand. He doesn't have a jacuzzi, I don't believe. And he already told the story where all of his other hosts, people that are hosting in the same complex, they don't even want their jacuzzi because they realized, what was I thinking? I got maintenance and upkeep. And oh, by the way, the jacuzzi went out. We got to replace it. Oh, by the way, those chemicals, every time somebody uses it and a guest, and we're renting out 21 out of 30 days a month, and we're getting like 3 guests a month, 4 guests a month. Every time I got to call over the pool guy. That's extra money out of your pocket unnecessarily. And some people are going to go, oh, Eric, I'll just throw it in the money. Okay, we'll throw in the housekeeping, throw in the chemical costs, throw in the replacement costs for items such as broken this, broken that, whatever you want to do. All of a sudden, that's money you're throwing out the window. We don't have Airbnbust here, ladies and gentlemen. This is why, if you're here, we talk about pre-construction properties that are already approved for HOAs and in high demand areas. This is why I mentioned Miami. This is why I mentioned Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, or Dominican Republic, period, because those are high demand. When you have the #1 tourist destination in the Caribbean, that's a place people go all year long. Last year, they had 100,000 people in July. Not 100,000. 100,000 a week. They had 4, 5, 600,000 people in July, August, September, October. The record. I want to know if they broke the record this year. They could have broke their tourism record this year. It's pretty damn close. 50% of all tourists that go to Dominican Republic land at Punta Cana Airport. 52% to be exact. If they have 7.5 visitors this year, they're going to have 8 million next year. That means 4 million plus visitors are probably coming through Punta Cana Airport. I think I want to be in Punta Cana area, ladies and gentlemen. 100,000 visitors per week. I think I want to be there. All right. 100,000 people are looking for rooms. This is why right now Hard Rock Casino and Hotel in Punta Cana can charge $1,000 per night for a freaking hotel room. Not just tonight. I'm talking all week and next month and the following month because there's demand, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you want to be in there and have a condo on there where you're saying, hey, I bought a condo for $150,000. Notice I said 150,000, 200,000, 250. The cutoff is 250, ladies and gentlemen. You can go to 300. That's fine. But 250 and under, you're golden because you can still rent for $100 per night. And if things do blow up like they are, because Kathmandu's going to come there, Kathmandu Park comes there, that's going to bring in an extra millions of people in Punta Cana area. They're easily going to break the record in 2 years. Add 7.5, now add 9.5 million visitors. Easily going to break the record. So, does that not sound like a place? And guess what? I don't need to go buy jacuzzis. I don't need to go buy in pools. I don't need to go get some bicycles. I don't need to go do anything because we have demand on our side. People are going to want to stay in a cool place. So if my place has a lake, a beach, restaurants and bars, a water park for someone on cruise on land, a amphitheater that throws concerts like Hard Rock does. If you have all these amenities, multiple pools on property, basketball courts, soccer fields, baseball fields, golf courses, all within a mile radius that you can walk to, you tell me where you're going to stay. You're going to spend $1,000 per night at Hard Rock? Yes, it's all inclusive. That's very nice. We have 2-3 people with us. Beautiful. 4 days is 4 G's. Or you're going to stay in my villa that has everything I just mentioned, or my condo, and all I'm going to do is charge you $250 a night. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, I don't have the jacuzzi on the deck. I don't have the pool that's straight down. You can walk to it 30 feet away. I mean, but we have the soccer fields. We have the baseball fields. We have the beach, man-made beaches. We have fitness centers all over. Come on. We have lakes all over. Think about it. Different projects have different things. Child's play area, 3 or 4 pools, and while you're walking around the complex, 3 or 4 or 5 pools, walking around the complex, 2 or 3 soccer fields, 2 or 3 basketball courts, 2 or 3 children's playground areas. I don't understand. This is why there's an Airbnb bust, because people are thinking, oh, this is easy. You have to be in the real estate business. You got to be McDonald's. You have to be Chipotle. There's a reason these companies are large and in charge, because they're real estate companies, really. They look at the traffic in the area. You have to do the same thing. I'm putting my McDonald's where there's high traffic. I'm putting my Chick-fil-A where there's high traffic, high demand. No other competition's hardly around. That's where I want to be. This is why they're successful. Same way with Walmart. All these companies are real estate companies that know where to put their business. You have to be the same way. That's why there's Airbnb bust, because people were thinking, oh no, I'm just going to get this spot. Good stuff, Eric. Thank you so much, Georges Charles. Appreciate it. Stuff. I understand. Best place for Airbnb is amenities and activities. People want to enjoy themselves. Georges Charles, he said it right on the head. See, demand, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do we have demand for the area, but now that you want to show up in the area, I'm going to give you an example. I've said this many times. When people go to an island, doesn't matter which island, any island in the world, somebody wants to stay somewhere. You know what the first thing is that you and everybody else asks? Is it on the beach? Okay. Either you're going to say yes or you're going to say no. But I'm going to tell you something, because I've been in the business a long time. Here's what generally happens when I don't have something on the beach and somebody goes, it's not on the beach. I'm like, no, it's not on the beach. So what do you have in mind? What kind of place were you thinking? And they'll say, oh, I was just thinking, like the Marriott on the beach where they have a restaurant, a bar, they got the pool. I said, yeah, I know. And I'll use Hawaii, for instance, right? I'm going to use Kaanapali. A lot of people know about Maui, Kaanapali, right? The Westin Kaanapali Villas, a studio, $450, $500, $600 per night. Plus, when you get there, they have the, you got to pay that $20 per night Hawaii tax stuff, right? So it is added insult to injury. So you're paying like $500 a night. All right. Yes, they have a restaurant. Yes, they have a few pools. Yes, they have the fitness center, and they have a beach out there. I turn to the people and I say, no, I don't have anything on the beach for you right now, but I do have something that's in Kahana that's across the street from the beach. Does it have ocean view? No, it doesn't have ocean view. But it's got tennis courts. It's got basketball courts. It's got pools with waterfalls. And you walk across the beach and it's $250 per night. What did you just say? Right, exactly. I just said it's going to cost you $1,800 for the week instead of $3,300 for the week. And they're like, but wait, it's in Kahana, it's not in Kanapali. I go, right. But restaurant is right across the street. A park is also across the street with barbecue grills, as we have a barbecue grill and all that right here too. And you can walk to the stores to go grocery shopping, eating, drinking, be merry. Whereas if you're staying at the Westin Kanapali, you have to leave. I'm just saying. So now all of a sudden somebody starts thinking and they're like, and I'm like, wait, and not only that, you don't have a studio, you have a 2-bedroom. So when you have your 3 or 4 people with you, nobody's sleeping on a sofa sleeper, you have your own beds and 2 bathrooms. Now all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, this doesn't sound too bad. I'm going to go stay over there. And 9 times out of 10, people will still be happy because they start realizing the value of what they think is a value. Yes, it's true. It has the brand name. It's upscale, all that. But then people are like, well, do I really want to spend $3,200, $3,300, $3,400 when I can only spend $1,800? That's an extra $1,400 just because I'm across the street from the beach and in a different area, but I have more amenities that are in the area and I can get to other places. I can go shopping, I can go grocery shopping, I can do whatever I want. All of a sudden things start changing because, oh, by the way, if I do have a unit that has ocean view, now all of a sudden it's like a moot point. They're just like, okay, you got ocean view and I'm paying less. Hell yeah, I'll take it. This is what happens at beach locations. This is also what happens when you're talking about Disneyland, Disney World, or any other spectrum that people talk about. Best place for Airbnb as amenities. Here's the other thing. So I'm going to use something that's in Anaheim. All right. Anaheim is Disneyland. So when Airbnbust happens, because again, notice I said Anaheim. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? 12 months a year is demand. Notice I said Hawaii. 12 months a year is demand. Notice we talked Orlando. 12 months a year is demand. I can charge more because I have demand. So anyhow, down in Anaheim, there's a place, well, I won't say where it is. There's a place that takes 15 minutes to walk to Disneyland. So some people, when they go to Disneyland, they say, how far is it to Disneyland? I say, well, it's about a 15-minute walk. It's about 1 mile. They say, oh, that's it? 1 mile? Yeah, it's about 1 mile. Then I give them the other key. I said, oh, but actually, the shuttle stops right out front. The shuttle used to be free. We were loving it. But now they charge. It could be $3 or $4 or $5. But anyhow, per person. So people don't care because parking your car at Disneyland ain't cheap. So people are like, $3, $3.25 for a person, $9, whatever, 1 day. Okay. They're not even tripping about that. They're not tripping that they can walk there either in 15 minutes. But the thing is, they have 2 beds in the room. 3 if you count the sofa sleeper. And it's half price from any of the hotels that are outside the gates at Disneyland. And pool, game room, jacuzzi, snacks, and people love it. Always sold out, hard to get. So these are the type of things that you have to keep in mind. We have high demand 90 to 95% of the year. All right. That is major. Otherwise, Airbnb bust, the party is over for a lot of hosts because all these hosts came on YouTube, TV, doing all this crazy nonsense, telling people to go out here and buy homes like it was no big deal. Now you're locked in. You can't sell the house because the values went down. Sure, they'll go up in 2 or 3 years, but are you willing to pay the $3,000 a month, $2,500 a month note and not have any rentals? And now you can't even go buy another one unless you make 3 times the amount of money. So now you're locked. So congratulations, everybody who bought at Punta Cana, because you guys are all ahead. You get to win. Again, I'm going to keep saying that because nobody else was here 2.5 years ago talking about, hey, this is what we're going to do. Pre-construction, Airbnb, these are the reasons why. Demand, amenities, what George Charles was talking about right here. So we all got those. I have great ideas for our PC property regarding an experience, from a welcome bag to a guessing game where renters can find answers off location like at set restaurants. Think outside the box, Victor Moreau, giving off some game, ladies and gentlemen. This one I like. Guessing game, kind of like a hunt, right? You're doing a little hunt, going on a hunt, trying to find some things and then make a deal with the restaurants. I like that idea, Victor Moreau. That's pretty good right there. I've never done that, but I like it. I've done that only from a friend standpoint, or, you know, when you're dating women and stuff, making it fun, right? Having them go on those little hunts. But I've never done that for renters. That's very good. Very, very good. Write that one down, ladies and gentlemen. Write that one down. A welcome bag is always good. Any welcome, it doesn't even have to be anything crazy. That's the thing. People think it has to be something extravagant. Like I said, look, people are spending $800, $900, $1,000 per night to stay in Napa at a place like Vino Bello. Vino Bello gives everybody a bottle of wines in the room. That's it. People still love it because they got something. Somebody's on their honeymoon or getting married or birthday. All of a sudden they have some candies or some goodie bag on the counter and still have the wine. That goes a long way. In the reviews, people are like, oh my God, they even left something and we didn't expect it. Just those little things. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. It didn't even have to be a bottle of wine for that matter. It could simply be sodas in the fridge, orange juice, whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but welcome gifts are always a great thing. All right. So that's some more knowledge that you guys get to have, because this is part of the real estate strategy. We're not out here trying to go buy $5,000 or $10,000 worth of furniture and then tell you, oh yeah, that's the reason why you don't have any rentals, because your furniture don't look that nice. I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, your furniture better be good. There's none of this. That's going to help you get more renters. That's not, your renters don't know. First of all, your renters do not know before they get there what your furniture is really like. They see pictures, but when they get there, it could be IKEA crap. They don't know that before they book it. So somebody sitting around here talking about, hey, go out here and buy this, buy that, buy this other stuff based on that'll get you more customers. No. What's going to get you more customers is basically you have the first pieces of the puzzle already in place. You already know we have high demand. You already know 12 months out of the year, people want to stay here in this area. You know this already. So there's two of the things you need. The next thing is, yes, at that point, you have to sit there and go, I better have the furniture to uphold all these rentals I'm about to have. So I can't go down here and get this cheap stuff. But turning it the other way, acting like, oh, I'm going to spend 20 grand or 10 or 15 grand on furniture, and that's going to all of a sudden get me more renters in a low demand area. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Airbnb bust all the way. That's not going to change anything. All right? Stop playing with your minds. That's not how it works. You're a guest. You go to places. There's a reason some of you stay, well, I can hang at Let me put it to you another way. I can hang at Motel 6. You know why? Motel 6 all of a sudden put in vinyl flooring. All of a sudden they put in a seating area with a cool ass chair that people can do their desk work. All of a sudden they upgraded. They don't look like $65.99 a night anymore, or $49, whatever they were, $39.99 a night no more. They had to upgrade. Nobody was going to stay at their place looking like their $39.99 selves. But guess what? They don't charge $39.99 anymore, right? So there's a reason they had to upgrade, because people's expectations now is like, even IKEA is better than that crap they used to have. I'm picking on IKEA tonight because I don't recommend you go to IKEA to get a damn thing for your Airbnb. All right. George's Charles, what's up, buddy? Doing good. All right. Sent you some good stuff on Cruise on Land, updated at Victor Morel. Yeah, Cruise on Land is off the charts, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of Airbnbust, let me ask you something. I'm about to show you guys something, because I was going to do this. I was going to talk more about this. And while I'm on this little subject matter, let me just do this now. All right. Where are we at here? We're over here. Brace. This is what the word is. Airbnb, VRBO owners should brace for 2023. Okay. Everybody who's in high demand areas, we're not bracing for nothing. Zero. Not bracing for nothing, because we're in high demand areas. There's competition than ever, and hosts will have to work harder to stay booked. Okay. You have to work harder, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, when you don't have the demand, and now all of a sudden somebody's going to pick their rental over yours because they have a big choice. There's 100 units available. So I'll just take my time and pick the best price, the best one, versus somebody who's calling me up today and says, hey, Eric, we got the EDC in Las Vegas. It's March 13th through the 16th, March 13th through the 20th. We're going to be in the EDC, so we need to be there early. Can we get something? I'm like, we're all sold out over there, but I happen to have one room left. And they're like, oh, how much is it for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Hey, it's only $3.99 a night for the first 3 nights. After that, it's like $4.89. Okay, we'll take it. Why? Because there's nothing hardly available at where you can get a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, sleep 6. And of course, you have a pool, jacuzzi, fitness center, barbecue, gazebos, mini mart. All this other stuff is right there. You don't have to leave. And it helps when you can just walk 3 to 5 minutes to the conferences. And there's a shuttle that can take you to the event. See what I'm saying? Guess what? Nobody else can get another spot. There's nothing else left in our complex. So what can I say? Now, this is what you want, but here it is. Short-term rental owners will see a drop in occupancy rates in 2023, one forecast shows. See, ladies and gentlemen, they're exactly right. In the residential neighborhoods that most people bought these, that's just the way, because it naturally didn't have the high demand based on normal vacation rental perspectives. People, here's the thing. When you don't have a demand area and you're just in a residential neighborhood, this is why they're talking like this. Do you really think there's going to be much of a drop for the people that go to Orlando, people that go to Hawaii? Come on, stop. People that go to Mexico, come on. The Bahamas, come on. Europe, it's not going to be a drop like 30, 40% in those high demand areas. But there's going to be a damn drop of 30, 40% in those areas that are seasonal, those areas that are in residential neighborhoods where they're changing the rules. Here we go. But demand for travel will remain strong. This is what I've been telling you guys a long time ago. Everybody here that bought in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic areas, whatever, or you could buy anywhere, whether it's Costa Rica, I don't really care. But the point of the matter is, the reason why I've always been a big advocate for Punta Cana region and Dominican Republic is because the amount of travel is strong on the island when you're number one in the Caribbean, number one in Latin America. So even in the face of a possible recession, that's what I keep saying. The people that have money, recession means nothing. they're going to go for renting. It has nothing to do with that. So demand for travel exactly is going to stay long. This is Business Insider, in case people don't know. They know what time it is. They know how this works. And I've been telling everybody here, luckily they've been listening. They know how it works too. They know when you have demand. I told people a long time ago, you have to keep in mind that ordinary citizen, 60, 70% of ordinary citizens worldwide, when there's a recession or there's some problem with the economy, you're going to have 60 to 70% of those people can't travel or won't. But the same 30% to 40% who have that disposable income, guess what? They're still traveling. Now do the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to give you blanket numbers. If there's 8 billion people on the planet and you have 30% of those 8 billion, that is 2.4 billion that could easily travel anywhere. Guess what, though? They just don't travel anywhere. They're not going to frickin', I don't know, Houston, Texas, just for the hell of it. No, they're going to be Hawaii, Switzerland, France, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Mexico, 5-star bungalows in Fiji. Come on. They're still traveling. They're going to be in Cap Cana in Dominican Republic, which is near Punta Cana. They're going to be in La Romana in the Dominican Republic. They're going to be in Tulum, Mexico, because it's right there by the water. They're going to be in Cancun. They're going to be in all these places. You still have 2 million, 2.4, 2.5 million people, billions that have money to travel, and residential neighborhoods ain't one of them. Let's just call it what it is. It ain't one of them. They're rich. They can afford to travel. Do you think they really want to stay in your freaking residential neighborhood? They live in a freaking residential neighborhood. How does it look that I live in $1 million house? What's it look like? I'm going to go stay in somebody else's $500,000 house? Come on. Stop playing with yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Stop it. All right? Sorry to be talking like this, but it's annoying when I'm hearing these people talk about this crazy stuff. Like this is how it works. That's not how it works. All right? Stop playing with yourself out here. Listen, and people are out here charging you for this nonsense. I'm going to tell you something right now. It's easier, just like when a housing boom happens, and you could buy a house today for $500, and then 3 months later, that same house is worth $525. Isn't it a lot easier? All of a sudden, people are going to want to rush in and buy homes when homes are going up so fast, just like what happened in 2020, 2021, 2022. You're going to have people rushing in. The same thing happens with Airbnb properties. If people are rushing in, that's demand. But soon as the tide rolls out, where there's not so much demand because everybody's winning, now you get Airbnb bust. Because you were winning because there was high demand. But as soon as you find out in your area there really wasn't, it was a mirage for 2 years. Just like all the people who bought homes, it was a mirage for 2 years. And now they're finding themselves underwater. It's the same thing with Airbnb. There was a mirage because they weren't telling you, hey, this is why you buy stuff in these areas. They're going, oh, yeah, I'm just going to buy stuff in downtown LA. I'm like, why? Why are you going to buy something in downtown LA? Oh, because these Airbnb guys, man, I went to their seminar and they said downtown LA is going to be awesome. I'm like, have you been to downtown LA? Tell me something. What's in downtown LA, please? Okay, Garment District. Great. I'm missing out. What else? Okay, Staples Center and all that's kind of like downtown. Okay, you know how far you are from the beach? Venice Beach, Santa Monica, the places people want to go. You know, actually, you're not even in Hollywood. So even if you're downtown, what, you're going to get a car and an Uber for everywhere you're going in LA? I'm like, that makes zero sense to me. I had to talk some people out of doing Airbnbs in downtown LA. They're like, oh, I can make $3,500. First, $3,500. They were told to go do, okay, look, again, they told to go get a lease, rent the apartment out, $3,300 a month rental, and then sublease it for Airbnb. I said, that's not a good idea. Not a good idea, first off. Second of all, not a good idea, period, because when people go to LA, it's not so much they want to stay downtown. It's so much that they go Hollywood, Disneyland, Santa Monica, Venice Beach, the locations you hear about on TV, Malibu, right? Those type of areas, high demand, Disneyland. Come on. It works the same way. But downtown LA? So the guy didn't heed my warnings. Calls me up 6-7 months later. Eric, I can't believe it. I got like 3 properties and I had to spend $3,400 per month. He says, it's not what I thought was going to happen. I said, what did you think was going to happen? And he proceeded to tell me the same thing that people on here are telling people. Hey, just get it. Don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. I said, we had this conversation. I told you there's no demand like you're thinking. There's demand. People go to LA, but you're doing high risk maneuvers because people don't call me up and say, hey, I want to stay downtown. They say, hey, I want to go to Disney. I'm going to Disneyland. So I need a place over in Anaheim. I'm going to Universal. So do you have something by Universal, Hollywood, somewhere over there? So yeah, they're not calling me up to say, I'm going to stay downtown LA. I said, I already told you this. He goes, yeah, but I listened to these guys. They said, oh, it's a no-brainer. I said, dude, if they have rentals, those are residential properties. Those are not resorts. Yes, they have a pool downstairs. Yes, they have a fitness center downstairs. But that's it. That's just a condo project that people live. And then, of course, the HOA shut it down. HOA is like, okay, we can't live with this no more. These people are in here partying, doing whatever, and we have people that live here. We got to shut this down. He has a freaking 11-month lease or 10-month lease, whatever it was. It wasn't 12 months. It was something weird. And I'm sitting there like, man, I tried to tell you, you didn't listen. I feel for you. But at the same time, we talked about it. I said, this is why you don't do it. I said, just pick something else. And he's like, oh, no, down there in Anaheim, it's even worse. And I said, I know it is. That's where the demand is. But anyhow, this is why there's Airbnbust, ladies and gentlemen. You have to pay attention around here. In fact, I got off script here for a second. Let me see what else they're talking about. Here it is. The occupancy drop will hit hardest for coastal, mountain, and rural destinations. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you Airbnbust people, get rid of your, well, I don't know if you can get rid of your property. You can't. You're locked in because if you, in the last 2 years, subscribe to this on buying a house or second home, it's underwater now, so you can't sell it. But coastal, mountain, and rural, this is what I'm talking about. Coastal, I can have something on the water in Laguna, but if I have something on the water in Oceanside or San Diego, I'll rent that out a lot more than I will the one in Laguna. All right. Mountain. Here we are again. Lake Tahoe, Big Bear in SoCal. Once again, ski season and summer. Those are only 2 prime time dates for mountain regions. Park City, Utah. Park City, Utah is another whole different case because, again, why are you going to be there? You're going to be there for ski season, naturally. What are you doing there in the summer? Oh, I know, hiking, wanderlust that comes along. Come on, stop. What about spring? Nobody's hanging out. What about fall? There's no snow. Temperatures are dropping. Nobody's hanging out. Rural destinations, that's a death knell. You're out in the middle of nowhere. Now what? You have no amenities. You got a pool. You got a jacuzzi. You got bikes. You got go-karts. You got golf cart. So what? Nobody wants to hang out there. Stop it. So they got it exactly right. Okay. Now, here we go. This is exact. Jeez. Jamie Lane says that if Airbnb or VRBO hosts over the past 2 years were able to operate, there you go. Then 2023 is the year they should turn that off. Exactly. It's not going to operate. They got lucky, like I said. Even as the number of listings is projected to grow 9%, see, ladies and gentlemen, nights booked by travelers are still expected to grow 5%, even in the face of recession fears. This is what I'm saying. More people are going to do listings. More people are going to travel. But if you're not in the high demand areas, they're not coming to see you. All right? That's how it works. That's how this works. Whoever they talk to, they're giving them the exact advice that should be given. Are not quite the collapse of the Airbnb bust naysayers predict, but it was certainly end of the road for investors who were looking to get rich quick in the post-vaccination travel boom. There we go. Here we go. Lane says, remember when we were talking about Gatlinburg, Tennessee last week, and I said, don't do it? Lane says Gatlinburg, Tennessee is a poster child for the expected phenomenon. A pandemic hotspot whose blistering growth is expected to cool off. The reason why is because it's in a mountainous region. Just like I told you guys, don't do it. There's people on here. I saw on YouTube, somebody goes, oh, yeah, we bought this little cabin in whatever, Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, whatever. I'm just like, fine. You're going to have when the leaves fall, prime time. Summer, prime time. Call me up when it's December, January, February, March, April, May. All right? Call me up. Let me know how it's going after that. So this is predictable. It's going to slow up. Like right now, it's slowed down in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area, right? Not prime time, ladies and gentlemen. And it's in the mountain regions. So therefore, don't do it. Don't even guess. Don't even try. There's other places you can pick, like Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. In fact, let me get to that here shortly. By the way, please share the videos, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like what I'm talking about tonight, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. That would be greatly appreciated. Here it is. U.S. short-term rental supply hits record levels in 2022. What happens when you have more supply than demand? Anybody? This is economics 101. If I have more supply than there is demand, that means I have to bring my prices down. Or in this case, that means not only do I have to bring my prices down, that also means I'm going to rent less nights. How do you combat that? Wherever you own at, make sure they have high demand. So you win. And also you don't do anything crazy like buying properties over 700,000, 600,000, 500,000 and think you're going to be profitable. Yes, you're going to be profitable because you can charge more. Yes, when it's prime time in the area, yes, you're going to make money. But those 6 months that you're not, you're just like Florida. And I'm not talking about Orlando. You're just like being in Southwest Miami, north of South Florida, where soon as it's January, February, March, and April, the place has extra millions of people. Soon as it's May, June, July, August, September, October, nobody's hardly there. They lost those 3, 4, 5 million people. Now all of a sudden things have changed. Businesses had to earn all their profit in January, February, March, and April to actually make it better for them for the summer and fall when there's less people. They have to let their profits roll down for a few months. And some people don't make it because they can't let their profits they don't do 6 months worth of profits. So they're out of business. That's how it works. All right. So if you want to do something, it's business 101. We're going to get into this right now. All right. Cruise on land, since I spoke about it. And I won't let you guys go any further. I won't go any further about this. Here we go. But a 9% growth is expected to partially come from second home owners not already listing their properties, as recession fears might force owners to look for new sources of income. That's scary. Geesh, that's kind of scary. So this is where they're expecting additional. Okay. Hosts might have to slash prices to compete. That's how it works. Whenever there's a downturn, you have to slash prices. But if you're in a high demand area, we don't slash prices, ladies and gentlemen. Victor Marrero, are you guys slashing prices? I know we do dynamic pricing, but we're now in the middle of January. Are we doing slashing prices? No, hell no. He's got what is your occupancy? 90%, 85% occupancy? They're not slashing nothing. They're doing dynamic pricing. Like right now, we had Martin Luther King week or weekend, so you raise the prices. This week, it might be lower. But in Orlando, they also have something at the end of the month. They have something at the beginning of the month. At the beginning of February, there's a convention. So if you know that, which is another thing, you have to know when there's events in your area. So if you know that, you raise the rates the first week of February, the last week of January, because there's a major convention and it's going to span like 5-6 days. Even midweek prices you can raise up. And anybody that's been doing this business will know that. And yes, I do have something in Orlando. That's why I know. I raise my prices up the last week in January, first week in February, the same thing I do in Maui. Believe it or not, I raise my prices because something special happens in Maui the last week of January. So that $250 that I charge is now like $309 on the weekend, $275 midweek, the last week of January in Maui. Change the game a little, even though it's minor things, it's not that much, but $25 per night extra, $40 per night extra, $60 per night extra, all of a sudden adds up, ladies and gentlemen. You do that like 6-7 nights, next thing you know, you can do the math. Is that an extra $700, $800, $500? Just because you know that that's high demand, you know that there's going to be the golf, PGA golf tournament in January, like the 10th through the 15th, whatever it is, you're going to raise your prices. You're not going to have the lower prices. You're going to raise even higher. You got to do this. Dynamic pricing is a must. All right. We're going to get into something. Speaking of Airbnb bust, we're not going to have an Airbnb bust on my watch. None of these guys who bought at Dominican Republic, they're not going to have an Airbnb bust. You want to know why? Because nobody bought over $250,000. One person is buying a $250,000 villa. But the reason he's doing that is because the numbers don't lie. His villa is going to hold 10 people. It's going to hold 8 people for sure. Potentially could hold 10, and has a pool, and has a gazebo, and has a 5.5 baths. It's a 4-bedroom, 5.5 baths, and each bedroom has its own bathroom. And so anybody sleeping on the sofa sleeper, there's a half bath in the house and a half bath through the sliding door out by the pool. But that's not all. Here's what else. In the complex, soccer fields, basketball courts, children's play areas, and a man-made beach. Yes, sand and all, with a clubhouse, with a restaurant and bar, and it's in one complex that shares amenities with 2 other complexes, so you can go to those other complexes and go to their amenities that they have, the fitness center, the game room, and all that's also in the complex. And if they're too busy at this complex, you go across the street to the other complex. Full carte blanche, whether you're the owner or the guest. So if we can sleep 10, guess what? We can charge $350 to $500 per night. So now I can get something that's up to $300,000 if I have that, and it's in high demand area in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So that's what Airbnb tells you. If you have a 10, 11, 12 sleeper and it's a villa and you have these amenities, now you know you can rent $350, $400, $500, $600, $800 per night. It's worth it. We're trying to get 1%, right? So if I buy something for 250,000, I'm trying to get that 250 a night. That's literally what I'm trying to do. Whether I can get it or not, I've already know this. So I know if I have a 10 sleeper in Punta Cana, I can get 250 a night. That's not even gonna, we're not even gonna sweat that. But I think we're talking 375, 400 per night. And I'm still under other people that have spots right now for 800 per night. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do this first. I'm going to give you guys a teaser because this thing is so nice. Make sure you smash the like button. All right? Smash the like button. Show some love in the house. I'm going to show you guys this right here. This right here is, oof. This is the, I'm going to, you know what? There's somebody here, George's Charles. He's the one that got the villa. 4 bedrooms, 5.5 baths. Not only did he get the villa in Primavera 4 that has the beach, restaurant, bar, and all that stuff, clubhouse, fitness center, game rooms, all that stuff. He got a place at Cruise on Land. After you see this, he has a 2-bedroom penthouse fully furnished for $137,000 at this Cruise on Land. You heard me. 2-bedroom, 3 bathrooms, 3 full bathrooms, because it has a bathroom in the full bath in the terrace. Because it's a penthouse, it has a terrace and a barbecue grill and a jacuzzi. I'm just saying, $137,000 all in. Okay, it'll probably cost more due to inflation. We'll talk about it 3% more. All right, so we'll round up to $140,000 after it's all said and done. Fully furnished. But check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you what he's working with. Everybody that owns it, Cruise on Land. Let me show you what they're working with here. Check this out. Welcome aboard, Captain. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is not for the faint of heart. Talk about winners. Look at this. I've been yelling and screaming, I know, but I'm passionate about this. I've been doing this for a long time. Okay, let me see. I got to take this off for a second. The reason why is I have to make sure that I have the sound on so you can hear it. So let me see what we're doing. Here we go. Let me see. Yes, we have it. All right, check this out. Let me know what you guys think about this. a bunch of amenities. I can try to sleep 10 to 12. Exactly. I didn't realize he was talking about it. The rent is too damn high. James Way is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Greatly appreciated. With the icon next to his name. And hello, everyone. Hello to you, too. Thank you so much for being here once again. Very nice to see you. Can you sleep 10 to 12 at Hard Rock? No. They don't. No. They don't have. No. I don't think they have 3 bed. Well, 3 bedrooms only sleeps 8. So they don't have 4 bedrooms. So you can't do it. You could. In fact, you can't even sleep 10 to 12 at Hard Rock in there. Well, if you did, it was going to cost you 2 G's a night. So that's not going to happen. No. George's Charles, Hard Rock has apartment-style suites that accommodate entire families. As to how many per room, not entirely sure. I know for a fact it's more than 6 people. Yeah. Yeah, those cost like, I'm about to show Airbnb. Those cost like $1,500, $2,000 per night. And they only sleep 6. You'll see. And people are paying it too. I don't get it. But anyhow, Victor Morero, no, George's Charles, I would charge much less than Hard Rock to sleep 10 people. How much you think they would need to pay at Hard Rock to sleep 10? I already know it's $1,500 to $2,000. They can't sleep 10. They don't have rooms that sleep 10 or 12. Even their suites, they generally have like 2-room suites, and then they have two sofa sleepers. They can sleep like 8, I think, but I don't think they have 10. And if they do, it's 2 G's a night. It's outrageous. George's Charles, good point. I'm using dynamic pricing based on the season. I'm looking at $225 per night as a start. Yeah. Spring break and Christmas around $300, but we'll adjust on the fly. Victor Morero, $225 in 2025. Victor, look, I just got to be frank. I think that Conner Rock, or not Conner Rock, Galaxy, at the Conner Rock Galaxy, I don't think it's going to be done in a year and a half. So what I'm saying is I think it's going to be done like 2025. Maybe 2 years from now. If you are able to get 225, that 1% number, that would be awesome. That would be awesome, because the numbers right now are half that. And people that have 2-bedroom penthouses are only getting like 120. They're only asking 125, 130, 100. And there's going to be hundreds more rentals at that same place. I'm not as optimistic as you, but because you bought under 250, you can still rent it 125, 150 a night and still be good. But if you try to get 225, that's going to be interesting. But we won't know until 2 years from now. It'll be interesting. Oh my God, do not make that mistake. Whatever you show on the pictures to include view, it better be there, or you're going to have a juicy review. All it takes is one bad review and you're done. Yes, that's true. Very true. Very true. And speaking of that, here's another reason why Airbnb bust occur. Because of what he just said. There's people, for instance, I do stuff like I say, Hawaii, Mexico, and I know for a fact there's people in the same complex I'm in, and in their listing, it says ocean view. I know for a fact they have no ocean view, but they put it in their listing. Yes, they get a little bit more rental, but then you look at their reviews, and he's exactly right. People are like, don't stay here. There's no ocean view. We paid extra. All kind of bad stuff happens. So whatever you have, you do not embellish. You do not try to make it seem better than what it is. You just say what you have. You have no reason to say stuff that doesn't exist or maybe another apartment has. You just tell the people what you have. Because when people stay there, it's not good. Curtis Davis is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. And Mr. Financial is here with the icon next to his name. And he brings a great tagline. Good evening, SSN family. Always be making money. That's what ABMM stands for. If you didn't bring that pen, pad, and paper, you should have already. Always be making money. And how do we do that? We need dividend investing. We need real estate money, basically passive income from all of those assets that pay us. That's what we like. That's what we love. Here we are talking about some asset, BTC above 21K today. Here we have it. People are now taking their money out of wherever they have it and buying up crypto. Crypto bull run, can it be? Can it happen? We don't really care about that. If we're going to be in the crypto space, we want to be in the Miracle Cash and More where they have stores. Talk about perfect timing where you have stores. You have an ATM machine. You have an exchange. You have all of this going on when the market rises and more people want to come into your store. And then if you have an NFT that's going to give you part of the profits, where do I sign up? Well, we call that Miracle Cash and More around here, ladies and gentlemen. So part of the Airbnb bust and strategy is passive income. Guess what else? An NFT that's passive income, it's here. Miracle Cash and More. Check out the link down below. There's a video that you can go check out too. Down below that link for Miracle Cash and More, there's a YouTube video you can check out. Now, thank you for giving out that information. Mr. Financial also has his own channel here on YouTube, and it's called Chili Davis with 2 L's, Chilly Davis, Chili Davis. Go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Click the all bell notification. He's part of the SSN Nation. Show him some love. Yes, Fed got people pay extra for home and apartments in 2022. Exactly. Skid Row in downtown LA. Hey, I tried to tell him, I said, hey man, when you're walking down the streets, there's a lot of homeless people, right? You know that you might have to walk over a few people. You can't ignore them. I said, it's not what you think. Yeah, they're building up stuff downtown LA, but it's not exactly a bastion of vacation renters. They're not trying to stay downtown. People love Manhattan Beach. You got that right. And West LA Beach, exactly. Huntington Beaches, it doesn't matter. All the way up. Venice, Santa Monica, everybody heard of. Huntington Beach, people have heard of. Even Long Beach now is getting some play. All right, it's crazy. Yeah, people think any property can rent. Bad idea. You hit all the great points. Thank you so much, Georges Charles. Yes, Santa Monica Ferris wheel. There you go. Malibu. There you go. Up 101 Highway. Exactly. Pacific Coast Highway is a whole nother attraction. So anywhere along that route is good. Airbnb, you must know the neighborhoods. Exactly. And once again, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Airbnb bust. Do not buy stuff in neighborhoods. Your neighborhood better be special. Because if it's not, then that means you're competing against everybody else's neighborhood that's not special. This is why a lot of people are spending money on these beautiful places. They're building these nice cabins and these properties and doing rehabs, and they're looking and they're doing high volume rentals. They're getting 80, 90% rentals. But they're spending a lot of money on it. And they're getting to get a great return on their investment. That's a person that was very smart. They said, hey, there's none of this in this area. Nobody has this. So we're creating it and making it. There's a reason they created the demand, but I don't recommend doing that. Because once again, if people don't want to come to that area, then you're still going to go by, okay, I have to deal with the demand for the area. I like the reverse. I like high demand in the area to begin with. And then if you have something special in that high demand area, you make even more money. Okay, Victor Morrell is a perfect example. Orlando. I'm going to tell you guys again because he's given us some numbers before, and I'm going to give you numbers below his numbers, what the real numbers are. If you're able to buy something for $300,000 fully furnished, and 3 to 4 years later, somebody told you that you're going to make $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 profit, would you take that? There's one little caveat. You're going to buy it pre-construction, and you're going to put it in a high demand area. Did you guys hear me? 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 profit, not revenue, profit. After you pay the management fee, they're 30, 35%. Profit. If you bought something for 300,000 and you have over $100,000 a year profit, ladies and gentlemen, do you know that's over 30% return? More like almost 33% return on your money. Do you realize in 2.5 years, he literally gets back what he invested at this point? And you know what else is good? Because it's a high demand area, guess what? The rent goes up. James Way, the rent is too damn high. It goes up. Because you're in a high demand area, I get to raise my rates next year. So I get to maintain my profit levels and even increase my profit levels. No Airbnb bust coming for him. No Airbnb bust coming for anybody in Punta Cana either. I don't care what you bought it for. As long as you bought it for under $250, you win. So it's all good. So again, ladies and gentlemen, there's something to be said. You just don't get in any old neighborhood. And you don't get in because everybody's like giddy about something. You get in because you have a vision and you've already known that I'm going to make money based on these factors. Not one factor either. All right. Fly-by-night real estate seminars. Exactly, Mr. Financial. Experience trumps an Airbnb course. Exactly. Exactly. This is the best show I've ever heard. Anyone wanting to do Airbnb should hear this. Amenities. Exactly. Prices go down. Exactly. They do go down. I feel like investing is common sense. No, it's not so much common sense. Because let's put it this way. I'm going to tell you something right now. There's places, there's something to be said. In Puna, I'm going to use Punta Cana because that's where I've been talking about the most. There's places that are not in, there's condos that they have in Punta Cana that people could have bought $50,000, $40,000 for a 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom. All they had was a pool and a jacuzzi, maybe. Just a normal condo complex, not even security gates. Some people would say, oh, that's no good. I'm sitting there going, wait, they bought it for 50 grand. They're in a high demand location. Even if they get $400 a week, all they have to do is do 12 weeks a year and they earn 10% on their money. If they are able to do 24 weeks a year, they're up to 20% on their money. $10,000 for a $50,000 property. Let me give you guys a little more understanding here. Double it. $100,000. I get 20. 200,000. I get 40. I'll sign up any day of the week. If I get $40,000 a year in revenue and I bought something for $200,000, I'll take that all day, every day, because I know I'm going to make $25,000. I know I'm at least doing my 10%. That's after expenses. So I'll take that every day, any day. But here's the beauty of it, because we're in high demand areas. My first year, I might make 10, 15%. But my next year, when there's more demand, I get to raise the rate. Whether that's going to be $20 or $30 per night, who knows? But the fact of the matter is, I won't be making 10, 12% the following year. It's going to be 15% or 16 or 18. And I'm still going to rent the same amount of nights. That's all I'm saying. It's pretty simple, ladies and gentlemen. Not so common. No, we don't decrease prices now. It's pedal to the metal. We do, however, offer discounts for, I think, 7 nights or more. Yes, a lot of people do the 7-night discount. Here's the funny thing. I don't. I don't do it. I'm like, forget that. No, you can go stay at other people's place. I don't mind. They're like, I get that all the time. They're like, hey man, if I stay the 7 nights, these other guys, instead of it costing me 3 G's, it's only going to cost me 2,400. I'm like, book it with them. Book it with them. I don't have any fear of if my place sits empty. I don't really care. The reason why is because when you're in high demand areas, you have enough room nights during the course of a year. So you don't have to give it up any room nights. Just there's a thing out here with Airbnbust, right? There's a thing that people go, oh, some rent's better than no rent, so I'll just take the little cheapy thing, right? So I don't look at things that way. I'm like, I'd rather my place sit empty because I don't want people to sit there and think, oh, he's going to have these cheap prices. I don't want that at all. Never do I want them to think I'm going to have cheap prices. It's always he's going to have the high prices. If we're going to stay with this guy, he's not doing any negotiations. He's just going to say, go rent with somebody else because I'm in a high demand location. Somebody's going to give me whatever. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example coming up. Scottsdale, Arizona, the Waste Management, February 8th through the 13th. 2 bedrooms is what I deal with mostly because you can get more money. 2 bedrooms. Prior years, I think it was $375 somewhere. Don't quote me on this exactly, but midweek was something like $359. And on the weekend, including Sunday night, was like $409, I think it was. Last 2 years ago, $409. This year, people booked these last year instead of like $379 Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. It was $409 and $499. All right, and they booked them a year ago. This year for 2024, I've already added. It's minor, but I've made it $429 for midweek, and it's $519, $529. One of those. I have multiple units, so one's $519, one's $529 for next year. A night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As you know, Sunday's normally a low season, but Sunday, you guys got to know your situation. Golf is on Sunday as the finals, championship round. People stay overnight on Sunday. So I charge just as much as it costs for Friday and Saturday on Sunday. Maximize your revenue. So for those 3 nights, next year, somebody's going to spend like $1,600 for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If they want to stay on Wednesday and Thursday, they're spending $2,600, $2,700. Something like that. All right. So this is how you do Airbnb, and you don't have Airbnbust. So when somebody sends me something going, hey, Eric, I want to stay over there in Scottsdale, and I'm going to stay, let's say, after this, right? The following week. I don't really care about renting the following week. Somebody comes and says, Eric, I don't want to pay $400 and whatever on Saturday and Sunday. On Friday, I'm like, okay, no problem. Somebody else will. Because in the month of March, it's spring training. If you think waste management costs are high, spring training cost is the same. And guess what happens at spring training? People bring friends, so they need 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and they'll stay 7 nights. They're willing to spend $3,500 for a week. I'm just saying. And the more you have, the more you can rent everything. 5 places, all sold out. And profit is better than 50%, by the way, Bigger Pockets. I'm just saying. All right. So for every 1,100, you're making 2 G's profit. 5 rooms, doing Victor Marrero numbers, $10,000 profit in a week. And for something that's pretty much good. You're good to go. So all I'm saying is this is the reason why he says you don't reduce prices. Unless they're doing 7 nights, you can do it. But even then, I don't do it. Damn, speak of Eric, good stuff, bro. How much competition to sleep 10 with a bunch of amenities? Let's go look, Georges Charles. We're 1 hour, 41 minutes in. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. And we're about to go do something because this is what we do here. Some of you don't do your homework. We do homework here. Here's Georges Charles. We're in prime time in Dominican Republic. You know what this means? Let's just go humor the man. Oh, no. First of all, we're going to go to some other place first. Hold on a second. Hold people to see this. Hard Rock, hold a second. First off, you're going to find out why this villa that can sleep 10 people is going to be pretty major. I'm just using Hard Rock in this case, all right? Let's get to Punta Cana. It's all inclusive, okay? We're going to all inclusive, and right now they have the Soul Fest and they have a jazz thing going on in Punta Cana as well. So the odds of getting a great price is pretty slim. And they make you do 4 or 5 night minimums. They used to make you do 7 when they had it a different way. But I want to know what's going on here. Where's my book it? Check this out. We're going to try and stay. No, we're going to try and stay right now. Let's go see. Where are we at? What's today? Oh, wait, we're not even. Hold on a second. January. Okay. Let's see if we can stay here for 5 nights. Oh, okay. 5 nights. We're going to put in, see, here's the 6, Victor Marrero. That's what I was telling you. You can only do 6. I didn't think you can do 8 or 10 because they don't, their units are, well, we'll talk about that a whole nother time. Last minute, 50% web. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. There's a 3-night minimum required. Their book. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. You guys see this calendar right here? Anybody? Victor Marrero. This is what made me excited about Cana Rock originally. Let me see. You guys see it, right? No, you don't see it. Hold on. Let me get it on the screen. You guys won't believe this. You will not believe this. Here's what we got. Check it out. Check this out. When this populates, I tried to tell you, when this populates, they put in the prices. I already saw the prices. Does that say $1,311 tonight? Does that say $1,311 on Saturday? Does that say $1,600 on the 25th? What the hell? Look at this in February. $1,200. Okay, just for giggles and grin. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see. We got a 3-night minimum. Yep, 3-night. Oh, they even have 3-night minimums, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. I got to stay till the 28th. Do you really want to see how much it's going to cost somebody? This is insane. This is crazy right here. It's not even available. It's not even available. We have 6 people. It's not available. Not going to happen. Let's see what happens when we have 2 people. Maybe it costs less with 2 people. We can't even do it. All right. So all I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, the proof is in the pudding. Here we have where you can sleep 6 people Now, this is all inclusive. So some of you may go, Eric, this is all inclusive. They can't even sleep with 6 people, and they're charging $1,300 a night. 7 nights is costing somebody 10 grand to stay in a suite. All right. Now, I just had to show that because I always get a kick out of that. Now, we're going to go to Airbnb. And here's what I'm going to do. Because you guys know at the Hard Rock, and I'm not checking Malia and all the rest of them. But what we're going to do, we're going to 5th through the 29th. And if you want to become a host for Airbnb, the link is down below in the description. All right. And they have Airbnb experiences. So if you actually do something and you want to invite people over who's visiting in the town, you can become a host for that. So we're going to go to Punta Cana. This is our research right here. This is why we can make statements such as why you need 10 people. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this weekend where there's 3, and we're going to go up to 6 guests. All right. I'll do 4 adults, 2 children. And are we in Punta Cana? Oh, that's Punta Cana Village. Okay. That's not really what I want. These are homes. All right. Look at this right here. Look at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. See these prices: $379, $450, $450, $119, $115, $50, $134, $400, $374. Now, I just showed you at the Hard Rock, they're charging people $10,000 for a week. And you have all these people sitting here. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. This is a nice villa, 4-bedroom villa with pool, golf view, 6 beds, $450 a night. George's Charles, $450 a night. You have a pool, they have a pool. They have golf view. Okay, some people might like golf views. Why don't we go look exactly at what this is? I damn sure guarantee he didn't buy this for $250,000 or $260,000. Look at this. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. 6. He has 3.5 baths. Again, Primavera 4. He has 5.5 baths, and he has 4 bedrooms, with all 4 bedrooms having their own full bath. 4-bedroom, 5.5 bath. He's renting for $450 a night. He has a pool, and he has some sort of golf course view. I don't know exactly where he is. Bavaro, just 5-minute driving from. He's not even on the beach. Very close to restaurant, bars, grocery stores. Again, he's charging $450. And somebody please tell me he has a golf course view. Great. He does not have clubhouse, restaurant and bar, man-made beach, soccer, basketball court, child play area, and many more pools throughout the complex. He doesn't have that. And he's charging $450 per night. Yes, it's not booked because it shows. This is why George's Charles is very, very bullish on being able to charge $375 per night. Notice, close to restaurant, bars, grocery stores. Well, restaurant and bars on site and grocery store. So anyhow, this is just a preview. Hold on. I don't even have it on the screen. You guys didn't even see it. Hold on. Let me go over here. I keep forgetting they changed the views, but I hate when I have to do this. But anyhow, this gives you an idea when we start doing apples to apples. And when somebody's talking and they're saying, see, this is where I got the 3.5 baths. They're sleeping 12. He's got 4 bedrooms. He's got 6 beds because He's putting 2 beds in one of the rooms. That's how he can get 12. But again, George's Charles has a loft in the upstairs. He could actually have 12 too if he wanted to. He gets $450 a night for this, and this is where I was talking about. 5-minute distance from the beach, very close to restaurant and bars. Now, some people may say, okay, Eric, there was some that was cheaper than that. That's true. That's very true. But they're not going to be up to par. Pool, gazebo, and all the amenities that you have. But we're still going to look at it, right? We still got to study. But somebody has to start asking themselves, well, how come the 119 is vacant? Somehow we don't have Punta Cana. Here we go. So let me know what you guys are thinking here when you see these type of things. All right, let's go. Let's go. Tell us how much it would cost to sleep 10. You can't sleep 10. You can't sleep 10. Well, I mean, I don't think you can sleep 10 at Hard Rock at all. So let's go looking. Let's go looking. Let's go hunting. Here goes somebody downtown or near downtown. Look at this. Located, oh, that's 6 guests. With private, 93. All right. I'm sorry. This was 6 guests, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot. I was going by the, we're going to pump this up. We're going to go up to 10. Now, look at here. Look at this. 155 in Veyron. Look at this. 7 beds, 5 bedrooms. That's huge. Wait, we're not even in. How did this? Wait, what's going on here? 450. This is right now, June. Oh, this is tonight. I shouldn't even use that. But look at this. 450, 638. Listen, this is Ocean View. This is why he's bullish. We're sleeping 10 now, ladies and gentlemen. You see these prices, right? 638, 590. Now that's Ocean View. We're not going to count that. But here's that guy again, 450. Here it is, 315, 3 bedrooms. Okay, he's got 4. 1100 Golf View once again, but this is in Espada. That's Cap Cana, so that doesn't count. Cap Cana is high end. Look at this. This is in Cap Cana too, $990 a night. Yes, I love that. $14.99. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You see that? Here goes one, 224, a rare find. How cute. It's right here. Here it is, 224. He claims it's 3 bedrooms, sleeps 10. You know what that means. That means he has to have multiple beds in one of the bedrooms. Nothing wrong with that. But that's why he's charging $224. Loft, he has a loft. And he has 113 reviews. No, I'm not mad at him. And he also probably, in fact, why don't we go look at this? Let me see if we can stay on the same page. No, we can't. This is $224. I'm not mad at him. Let's see what they got over here. This is available. It's also not rented. Because it goes by, if you have 10 people with you, it's all going to depend on your configuration of what the 10 people are, right? So if you have kids, you go, oh, yeah, the kids, they can stay on the sofa sleeper or whatever. If you have adults, all of a sudden, hey, man, I don't want to stay on the sofa sleeper. What are you talking about? That's not working. Oh, my, it's in a condo. This ought to be interesting. How are they going to have 10 people but only have seating for 6? Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting so far. I don't know how they're going to do this. Maybe that's a sofa sleeper, so I'm going to assume that's going to have to be. Where's the bedrooms? I want to see this. This is interesting. Okay, this only seats 6. We got 10 people in this joint. Look at this. Toaster, coffee maker, blender, microwave. These are the must essentials here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say one thing right now. I'm not going to say anything bad. The place looks nice, but all I'm saying, the bad part is this. If you're going to get a blender, if you're going to get a coffee maker, you're going to get a toaster, you want to charge more, you make sure you have quality. Do not go get the Walmart stuff. Well, they sell quality at Walmart. All I'm trying to say is do not get these Mr. Coffees. Do not get this sorry blender and a toaster. Get the one that does 4. Get the one that does heats. Get the one that you can put almost sandwiches in the damn thing that toast them up. All right? Don't get these cheap things right here. All I'm saying. He's got stainless steel. Okay, whatever. That doesn't really matter anymore. This is his washer and dryer area. Here goes one bedroom. Okay. All right. This is not my idea of furnishing, but it is what it is. He got cheap furnishing in here. This little wooden stuff. This looks like, okay, don't do it. All right. Look at this little wooden stuff. He can charge $224. But people are looking at this and they're saying, hey, man, we got 10 people with this. This doesn't, okay, that looks all right. This picture he has on the wall, I would just say, Nick, say it. Just get yourself a Punta Cana that shows the beach or Cap Cana or something. This little seating area is nice. TV's too small. Okay, this is ridiculous. Don't do this. This day and age, 55, 65, 75, nothing below that. In fact, shouldn't be nothing below 65, damn near. Okay, nothing wrong here. This looks like is this a jetted tub? Very interesting. Normal okay, knew this was coming. 2 twin beds, 2 full-size beds. So this is how we're getting 6 people so far into this unit. Now, the question is, we have a question. Does this room have its own bathroom? Because if it doesn't, I got 4 people looking for a bathroom somewhere. And even if it does, I got 4 people looking for a bathroom. Now, maybe this is the bathroom, but we have 4 people looking for a bathroom. Not ideal. This is not, okay, listen to me. Airbnb bust all the way. Do not do this. If this has a bathroom, 2 people, king size bed, got to go here. This is a must. Don't try to do this 4 people, 1 bathroom thing. That's not the way to do it. And it looks like that's maybe what this is. All right, now he has a little, okay, nice. Little seating area. Okay, bamboo, unnecessary. And now he has a loft area that it appears. That's interesting. And so we have sleep 6 so far. I can't tell what else is going on here. Okay, we already saw this. Wait, this has a different chairs. I don't know if this is the same room or different room. Different picture on the wall too. So maybe this is our 8 sleeper. And once again, get the real pictures on the wall that are photographic pictures. Get this to be 65 inch, 75 inch. All right, that's how you want to do it. So we'll count that as 8. And I need a bathroom. Okay, we need to upgrade this. Forget all this plastic chair with the fur on it. Get a nice chair and a nice desk. All right? These chairs look halfway decent, but this stuff is still cheap because you can tell the wood. But again, I don't recommend these type of pictures, but it still looks nice. I mean, it's not bad. We have a bathroom. That is good. We got a bathroom. 2 people, bathroom. Perfect. I don't know if this I don't know. Is this the same bathroom as the one before? We have a patio balcony area, which is good. And don't know where this is. Now, barbecue he has, sink he has. This is all good too. Outdoor kitchen and dining. And oh, by the way, I wasn't reading at the bottom. So, ensuite bath, second level. Okay. So there we have it. They have their own bath. So we're at 8 people. I don't see where the 10 comes in. And again, we have 10 people, but seating for 4. Don't do it. We need a seating for 10. We want that big ass table out here. All right, there you go. So he can sleep 8, and if he does a sofa sleeper, he's going to sleep 10. If he does the sofa sleeper, here's what's going to happen. They have a bathroom here, and that's going to have to be shared with the people in the bedroom. And it looks like they're going to have to come through the bedroom because they don't have a half bath out here or another bathroom open to the general public. So some people may say, hey, Eric, it's only $224, but there's a reason. It's in a condo project, and people that have 10 people would look at this and be like, I don't know. I don't know. That's what they would be saying. Let me know what you guys think. So we're going to go back to this. Let's go back. Because here's what's going to happen. Now you have to go, okay, Eric, we checked out the area. We saw this guy with his 2-level penthouse that sleeps 12 somehow. Sofa sleeper has to be there. So that's how we can get 10. I don't know where he's getting 12 from, but unless he's trying to say people are sleeping on the top level. But I saw, and then a little 10. Amount of room, nobody's renting it, even at $224 a night. He has a lot of renters. He's got 116, 4.7 rating. This person has 100 villa, and he's in a cool spot. He's in Cap Cana. This guy has 100 in his place, 224, because some people, all tourists are not the same. Some people are going, oh, we can live with this 10. We'll sleep 8 people. We can do 224. I'm not mad at them either way. All I'm suggesting, though, is this. See these prices right here? 630, 1,000, 315, 592. This is what we're trying to get, right? And how did we lose the map? That's interesting. All right, so somebody's going to say, okay, Eric, show me something else. I'm using tonight, which I probably should not do because it's already too late. Yeah, it's too late. So let me do something else. Let's do this. 20th through the 24th. Change it up. There we go. All right, we're back. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this, 364, 638, 3,300, 99, 950, 592, 678. Now you're understanding why George's Charles is thinking, you know what? I think I can get 375 a night. And why is he thinking that? Man-made lake. Look at this. This right here is 303. This is in Oasis del Lago. This guy's been having this up at 303 for a while. And it's very interesting because this is inside Vista Cana. But look at everybody else, ladies and gentlemen. 750, 1,050, 1,350, 210 again, 799, 353. Now, if you want to stay way out here, you can get on the farmland, cheap property, but then you're not going to be near the activity. So this is the closest one. Private room, 301. Go figure. This one I'll show people only because I know where this is. This is in Vista Cana. So if they can get this in Vista Cana that has a man-made lake, they have yacht lounge, they have nothing else there right now. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, ladies and gentlemen. And he wants $303 per night. He has a fire pit, pool, and doesn't look like much else. Outdoor dining, okay. Barbecue grill, course. Pool, of course. Wi-Fi not included. What the heck? Kitchen not included. What? That's weird. This is really weird. No wonder it's available. Good place to stay, but no Wi-Fi. We're not staying there. One review. This is about right. We're not staying here. What the frick? Ladies and gentlemen, do not do no Wi-Fi. I don't care how cool your place is. Don't do it. At least try not to. And this doesn't look like it's at Oasis del Lago either. This looks like it's in the mountains somewhere. Thought this was an Oasis del Lago place. So that guy's spot is not rented. He usually does his for $303. Very, very interesting. There's no description on here. Okay. Jeez, that's weird. 3 bedroom, 2 baths. That's not good enough. So this is why he's thinking he can charge $375 to $400 and something a night. I agree. I think he can charge $475 a night personally. When this is built next year, in light of the prices that I'm seeing right now. Now, let's do it a different way, just so everybody can say, hey, okay, Eric, how about this? I'm going to get February 16th. Come on, February. I'm going to go February 16th. That's a holiday weekend to the 21st. Let's see if it matters. Doesn't matter. We're still hovering in the same ballpark. 466, 489, 2000, 53, 517, 150, family penthouse, 8 pools, Wi-Fi, barbecue, 150 per night, whoever that is. That's interesting. These are in Verone, Costa Romana, 18. Now you guys got to understand, areas matter. And then this is a complex. This is pretty unique how this guy did this. 6 bedrooms all around this pool area. And wow, $1,000 per night. That's interesting. I love it. And this is also interesting here at 109. Brand new. So this guy's opting for, I'm going to go cheap, and he's went cheap. Look at this. Let me see if you guys can see this. I'm going to go to something right now. You see that? I hope this isn't that blue spot. That blue room here. Don't do this. All right? Don't do that. You make your place look nice. All right. I've been talking a lot. Let's see what else we got. Mr. Evans is welcome to the SSN live stream. Very nice to see you once again with the icon next to the name. And he says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too, and Happy New Year. Hopefully everything's been going well and you're doing your thing. Here we go. Can you rent your places on same-day booking like a hotel? Yes. I ask because our property management company does walk-ins all the time. Yes, Victor Marrero, at my places, because they are condo hotels. So yes, up until probably I can't do like after 9 or 8 p.m. at night. I can't do it that way. Whereas you probably could because management's on site. But up until around 8 at night, I can generally book people same day. So flexibility is key. And as you very well know, even at your spot, you know how many people show up and be like, "Hey, is there a place to stay tonight?" So Eric, it won't even show sleep 10 people. They won't accommodate. Exactly. Talking about that penthouse, it only showed 8. Sleeping 10 in a 3-bedroom, that means 1 or 2 of the bedrooms have bunk beds. Exactly. Or 2 full beds. And some people, like I said, lied about how many it could sleep. And then people find out about it and they don't rent it. That's why it's available for even that low price. I would take those 2 seats out and add a corner desk as a computer workstation. Exactly. Those 2 seats are it's not necessary. I'd even rather have a sofa in there, a love seat or something. And like he said, a desk of some. Well, there was a desk on the wall, but the fact of the matter is, I didn't like that configuration, especially with a 32-inch TV. That was just ridiculous. But again, those are the reasons why people will not rent from you, even when the lower price. If he upscaled it even better and put better pictures, in my opinion, and changed it, well, he would have to do a lot. He's got to change his beds into making them look better than just regular old beds. They don't look like they're special. So, again, I agree with that 100%. But Mr. Evans is back in the house. Thank you so much with the icon. Like I said, if you can't get in the chat room, that's because you don't have an icon tonight. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell because actually we're talking about a course here. You have several people in the house who actually have done Airbnb for more than 1 year, more than 2 years, more than 3 years, more than 4 years, more than 5, more than 8, more than 10. Some people are going to go, Eric, come on, stop. Airbnb didn't even come out till 2011, 2012. Exactly. They called me up when they needed inventory. They said, hey, what's going on? You have inventory? Yeah, I got 4, 5. How many you need? How many you got? Oh, I can give you like 30 listings right now. What? We love you. Yeah. They used to love me a lot. And if Airbnb is watching this, guys, I loved it better when you guys used to pay me in advance after people booked. I like that better. I'm just saying. I like that better. Oh, man. All right. So I just had to go check that out. We had a special appearance with Mr. Evans in the house, special night. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are here now. Oh, this is in Primavera. This is why the guy can charge $109 a night. This puts a smile on my face. Let's go look at this Primavera. He even put a wall up. This is Primavera. Now, this looks like Primavera too. He didn't do anything special. No paint, nothing. He just said, F it. I bought this for 80 grand. So I'll take it. But this wall, though, this is different. They normally don't have a wall there. So he must have gotten something special. And this is it. No gazebo out back. Yikes. Just these 2 like garbage bar stools. Okay. This is getting yikes. This is scary. Okay. He's got the pump and stuff covered. This is interesting, but nothing out back. Oh, this is different. This is the first person I've seen at Primavera with their own like block fence around their place. This is cool. I like it. But some people may go, hey, Eric, he says he can sleep 10. Well, this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. If he had 2 people sleeping in each room and a sofa sleeper, that would be 8. But again, don't do this with, he only has 2 full bathrooms. Okay. This is not something you want to do. And the other thing is this backyard, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. This little, I don't, and these little plastic chairs. Oh, this isn't Primavera. This is Las Brisas. This is Las Brisas. Las Brisas is a whole different animal. They don't have amenities. as far as I know. So this is literally just a condo. He has a pool. There's nothing else in this area in their complex. I'm pretty sure this is Las Brisas now that I see what it is, but it looks similar to Primavera. Well, he has all this stuff on deck. Doesn't look special, but it's on deck. This is why his is 109. We're not trying to get 109, but he can get 109 because he bought this place for like 100, 120,000. The bed, back to a window, not advised, but I don't know what else he's supposed to do. Not a fan of this. Make it simple, ladies and gentlemen. This here, not a fan. Some people might like it, but this looks like it should only cost $100 a night. Quite frankly. Oh, and here goes bunk beds. Yeah, furnishing, no pictures on the wall. No, this isn't. This is for some people that might. Okay, this right here is a no-go zone. Do not do this. Jesus Christ. These are full-size beds or queens because these definitely aren't kings. But again, this is Las Brisas. This also means there isn't 3 or 4 pools around. There's no fitness center or fitness room, no game room, nothing. I don't think. They got a washer dryer, that's good. But this is it. This is it. This is Primavera. This looks like Primavera 2. But they have this railing, and there's something weird about this. He's showing kind of looks, yeah, this is Primavera 2. He's showing Primavera 2, but they don't make that railing. Oh, by the way, here's what I was talking about. Basketball court, ladies and gentlemen. Pool. This is Primavera 2. He's got a different house. I've never seen this one upstairs with a balcony. That design he has is like Las Brisas. This is interesting. Here goes another pool, by the way. That's the second pool. They have 3 pools. This is the mall. Disregard. There's no mall it's downtown. So he's not showing the complex or his street. So I'm skeptical if this is in Primavera. Very skeptical. Because in Primavera, nobody has that wall that he has. And they don't make it with no colors. And they don't make that balcony in the back with the railings. See, you can see here, there's no railings in the back of people's homes. So I don't understand where this is. He's showing Primavera. This is interesting, but this is not what you want to do, right? That's no-go zones. This is ugly. This is ugly. This is really ugly. The cement look, don't do it. This is not cool. This is weird. This is straight weird. And I think guests would think it's, look at this. You walk in the front door and 10 feet later, you're in the backyard. This is weird. I don't know where this is, but whatever's going on, whatever's happening, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. And this is just showing what not to do. He's going to get this. This doesn't look right. 109 a night, prime time, 10 guests. He's got bunk beds, can sleep 11. Nobody's taking them up on it. And like I said, if I'm in Primavera and I have a villa, I'm still charging $2 something. Well, I'll try. I'm only able to charge $150, $180 though. But only bought 20. All right, I'll wrap this up because we're in right now. 2 at 10. That's ugly stuff right there. All right. Here we are. Pictures will make you or break you. We spend a week or more to ensure the property pictures were professional with extremely good quality. Exactly. To see Victor Marrero has a property that nets after expenses 5 figures, 10,000 or more per month. Listen to what he's saying. This is exactly what I'm saying. He's saying as well. Your pictures do matter. You just don't throw on the pictures that you just saw at that one place prior, or no pictures at all. Again, you have to have pictures. Number one, do not have rooms with no pictures. You have to have pictures. Yes, I know they cost, but that's part of the expenses you're going to have to spend. And you got to make sure the quality of the picture, I'm going to say it, I prefer no canvas, lithographs, because they're crispy clear. And they look very, very nice. You can frame them however you want, but I don't recommend just regular painting type pictures. You want those pictures that pop when people come in. You want them to feel like they're part of the ambiance. I'm on an island. So why is it that these people don't have pictures of the beach? Right? They have to have beach or foliage or palm trees swaying. You got to have something that shows the area you're in that gets people ready to go. They're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to go down here to the beach or go down here to wherever their location that they figured they're going to go. But that's what you want. So when they come back home, they're like, oh, we forgot to go over here. That's what pictures do. It keeps people in their mindset and they're thinking the next day, oh, we got to go do this. So what you normally do is like that island Sayona, right? Or any of the islands that's off the Dominican Republic, you might want to have a picture. So then, and it says Island of Sayona on it or something like that, right? That's part of the thing. When people are there, they're like, oh, wow. Yeah, why don't we go down there? So you put something, you could even put Coco Bongo pictures for all I care in one location or one of those pictures. But you put something local to the area. So when people are sitting there, they're looking up and they're like, oh, yeah, we got to go over here. They're immersed into where they are. That's what you want. So putting up these black and white pictures of a fishing village, no, not when you're on an island. Not recommended. If I'm in Rome, then I expect to see the Colosseum picture in my place. That's what I'm going to see. All right. It's 100% in a nice place. I'm going to have a picture that's going to have part of that. It's going to have the fountain out front. It's going to have a fountain, right? Certain little landmarks it's going to have. So then people are like, yeah, we got to go check this out. That's what you got to do. You got to keep things in perspective. You just don't put the dog playing poker picture on the wall, right? You got to put up where you're at. If I'm in Fiji, I'm going to have pictures showing the bungalows over the water, right? I'm going to have, even if it's not my bungalows, I'm having some bungalows over the water because that's more than likely where people want to stay or are going to stay. Or they're in my bungalow, right? So either way, you got to have those type of pictures. You got to have some pictures of water. You're there on an island. Don't do crazy stuff, but make them a lithograph, pictures, photographic images. So people are saying, yeah, that's where we want to go. We want to go check this out. And in Punta Cana, you have so much stuff. I mean, you have dolphin discovery, so you can actually put the dolphin stuff with their discovery thing up there. That's another one you can do. You can do Coco Bongo. You have all these things you can do. When Kathmandu Park comes, you can show the aerial of that or something. We'll show past them into the water. You're going to have all kind of great stuff. Cruise on Land has all their stuff right there. So all you got to do is show pictures of there, show pictures of Punta Cana. You're beautiful, especially when you have 2 bedrooms. It makes or breaks a home, actually. Even if you have a home, I'm going to say if you have a home, here's one of my pet peeves personally. like I said, my friends and people my neighbors would have lots of money. But for whatever reason, they would rarely have pictures or paintings on the wall. And if they did, they would just be these garbage things. But when you live in a very nice home, you should have very nice pictures. Your pictures speak loudly, like Victor Morello's saying. So they also are pricey. So you go out here and buy a nice set of pictures, all of a sudden you're like, wait, these things are $400, $500, $1,000. You're like, hold on a second. I'm not trying to spend that for pictures. But I'm going to tell you guys something, and I'm not trying to brag or say anything out of line. But when people come to my house and they come for the first time, they are literally going, where did you get that? Where did you get this? Where did you get that? How did you find this? They start pointing out stuff in my house because it's stuff that most people don't have. And the other part is it's different enough where people are like, I've never seen this before. Where did you get this? And I'm like, that's exactly the point. Because I spent extra money on furniture and furnishings. So you want to make sure that when you want long lasting furniture, and this is why at Victor Marrero's high-end location, they go with, if I'm not mistaken, Ethan Allen. And a lot of people might go, oh, Ethan Allen. No, you don't understand. When it comes to vacation rentals, they have some of the best fabrics and some of the best build of furniture. So you might go, Eric, man, Ethan Allen's going to cost me an arm and a leg. You're damn right it is. But the thing is, if you have a high-end location, it's worth its weight in gold because those items, even if you rent it 90%, you're going to have at least 5 years worth of wear and use out of it. And probably at the year 4, 4.5, maybe the 5th year, you got to go, hey, we got to start changing this up. You can get away with 5 years. Why? The fabrics are different, top quality. The build quality, top quality. You put some Scotch guards on if you're using fabric. You put some other guards on if you have any leathers. And the next thing you know, it's 4 years later, 5 years later, and you're like, okay, yeah, it's time. We got enough wear and tear out of this. But it was worth it because it's top-notch furniture. When people are sitting down, they're comfy. When they're in the beds, they're comfy. They feel like this is vacation. This is awesome. This is something they don't have at their house. And that's what you want to do for your Airbnb. So listening to these other guys say, hey, get these properties built and designed a certain way. Okay, fine. But what they're leaving out is the quality matters. You just can't just go out here and go, oh, yeah, just go down to Walmart. Just go over here to IKEA. Just go over here to that furniture store that says we'll finance you, whatever, and give you that garbage stuff. Don't do it. I'm begging you, don't do it. Because matters. If you have a nice place, then make the whole place nice. Don't just make one thing nice. All right? Just keep that in mind. All right. Good point about the pictures. Victor Marrero, exactly. I mean, look, where you're at, you know what? Let me show somebody something here. In fact, why don't I do this? Let me go here. Victor Marrero, what is it you have over here? I think I can't remember. Was it a 3-bedroom cottage? Well, even if it's not, I don't really care what it is. Look at this right here. I'm going to show you guys something. In fact, I'm going to show you 2 places, quite frankly. Here goes Margaritaville, Orlando cottages, right? This is what we're working with. This is what they're working with here. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. This is what they're working with. Does that look like a nice little vacation spot? I believe so. Look at this. This is what cabanas, nice, colorful. Now look. Is that a bar over here? Is that some music? Look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this one has a pool downstairs and a jacuzzi. And they're building more. Oh, yeah, these new ones they're building are freaking damn near $1 million and stuff. Crazy. But look at this. Oh. Here we are. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is simple sofa, but don't let it fool you. This sofa isn't an ordinary cheapy sofa. This is top quality. But notice the picture on the wall. See what I'm saying? They are showing some activity here. This over here says Margaritaville Resort or something, Orlando, which is good for their branding. But notice the picture here. That's what matters. Here goes another picture. They're showing some sailing. And notice they have water out front. So this goes hand in hand. And notice once again, look at this furniture. Don't let it fool you. Look at this table. It's not some stupid little IKEA, a half-inch of wood table out here. This is like a 3-inch thick table with some sturdy legs to it. Look at this over here on the left. 55-inch TV. And the chairs. This is all top-notch stuff here. Not this cheapy crap. Simple bathroom. That's all they need to be. And notice the picture. Looks like people are under umbrellas with some water in the background, even in the bathroom. All right. You don't have to do anything major, but notice the nickel fixtures. All right. We don't want that cheap, crappy stainless steel. All right. We want the nickel is just inexpensive as the stainless. Get the nickel. Here we go up here. Look, not just that crappy stainless steel. They got the nice little nickels. Or semi-stainless, however you want to call it. I call them nickels. Look, not that crappy stainless steel bar, stainless steel cheapy stuff. This looks a little more upscale. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We have a place to eat now. Look at this. Salty Rim Bar and Grill. There it is, on site. Look at this. Are you getting it? Look. You know what? This looks like a picture to me. Aerial view. I think this was the renderings initially. Here we are. This is Margaritaville. And now, are you guessing why somebody might spend $400 a night, $500 a night or more? You guess why people want to stay here. Is it hard to figure out? All right. Not hard to figure out, is it? Not very hard to figure out. I think this is a cottage, though. So, yes. And they have a jacuzzi out front. Not recommended again. Not necessary. And so, back patios. Nothing special there. All right. So, more renderings. They're building more, ladies and gentlemen. This is how popular this is. And this reminds me, cruise on land. What I showed people earlier is this is what cruise on land is trying to be. And they actually have more amenities at cruise on land. That's what this is going to be about. But they don't have cottages yet. They only have condos. But they do have condos that can sleep 12 because they have 4 bedrooms with a 3-bedroom with a loft. And they make a 4th bedroom upstairs with a full bathroom upstairs. So that can sleep 8, 10. It can sleep 10. And once again, we have a different unit. And notice picture. Oh, left side, they have a picture. Right side, they want to do their Margaritaville stuff. Here goes another picture showing some sort of water. Once again, I'm not mad at them. This is what you should do. And apparently they got a lot of these. Semi 2-story. Okay. Whatever that means. I just wanted to show you guys. This is it. This is Airbnb bust. Except we don't bust, ladies and gentlemen. We don't bust. Because you buy in high demand areas, in case you just joined us. You make sure that you do these certain little things. Those pictures on the wall, those aren't actually expensive. You don't have to spend $300, $250. They're less than that. All right? They're lithographs. 2-bedroom cottage, 2.5 baths. Yes. If you're in the rental program, all your decorations and furniture has to be approved by the Margaritaville brand and operations. Yes, exactly. And that's why you guys are going to have your furniture package coming up, as I think you told us. And I don't remember if it's 4 or 5 years, but somewhere in there, it only makes sense. They're renting out at a high clip, 80%, 85, 90% some months. 100% you had there for a few months as well. So that means high use, high wear and tear. So therefore, we have to have top-notch quality. Otherwise, you buy that cheap stuff, and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get what you pay for. So anyhow, we have the playbook for you. In case you just joined us and did not see, let me see if I can find this again. Did not see the cruise on land. Uh-oh, that's a shame. You didn't see the cruise on land video. That's a shame. That's really, really a shame, and I can't find it. Damn. I'm going to show you this anyhow, because a lot of people, if you knew you could be fully furnished, 2-bedroom penthouse, $160,000, and you have all of these amenities, what would you do? I want to know. What would you do if I told you that the complex has a casino, the complex has a water park, the complex has a man-made beach, but wait, what if I told you we have restaurants, we have shops? You hear it in the background. The video started playing. I found it. What if I told you that was just for starters? Is that crazy or what? Okay. Well, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, if you just joined us, this is Cruise on Land in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Over 100 amenities. They don't even show the sports complex. They don't even show where they have wedding venues. They have more than one, they have more than two, they have more than 3 wedding venues overlooking the water. In fact, in this picture, here goes one of them. No, I don't think that's it. No, that is one of the wedding venue areas. This is their man-made beach right here that you see. And around this man-made beach, they have restaurants, they have bars, they have a shopping complex. They have a special boat where there's actually shopping inside, many, many. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Cruise on Land. These guys, I'm actually going to have to make a new video because they actually came out with a new PDF. They've actually changed their units. They actually go 7 stories high now. They got approval. They're not just 4 stories high with the 5th level. They're 7 stories high. They also have connecting rooms now. They used to have studio units side by side. They now have a door in the middle. They count that as a 2-bedroom because it can sleep 8 people. You can have 2 beds because they're studio units in each side. And they have a little kitchen area and they have 2 bathrooms. So that's interesting. They also have that configuration I'm talking about with a loft. And now they have 2 jacuzzis also on each of the balconies. So once you close that door, you can either rent it as a studio unit, 2 studio units, or a 2-bedroom. And each one has its own separate loft if you get the penthouse unit. And each one has its own separate jacuzzi tub. So that gives you flexibility, but then they even do something crazier. They actually have a 3-bedroom. And they have a 3-bedroom with a loft that has a bedroom and a full bathroom up in the loft terrace area. And it has a jacuzzi on there and has a barbecue grill and everything like that. Those are $256,000 fully furnished. $230,000 if you don't want it, or $227,000, I believe is the number, when you just get it unfurnished. They have a rental program, but here's the thing about Cruise on Land. They have a casino. They have a water park. They have a sports complex. They have an amphitheater. That's going to be the 2nd largest amphitheater in Punta Cana. Larimar is going to have the largest. They have a recording studio. They have an outdoor fitness area. They have restaurants. They have bars. They have little delis like ice cream and sandwich shops and things like that as you walk around. They have at least 4 wedding venue areas. They have areas where you can lounge with fire pits over water. They have volleyball court at the man-made beach in the sand. They have cabanas in the sand at all water areas. Well, in the sand at the beach, on the concrete around the other lake. So they have more than one lake. This is just for starters. They also have a sports complex, the basketball, the tennis, the soccer. And then they have a golf driving range. They don't have a golf course, golf driving range. They have an outdoor theater area. This is all in Cruise on Land. And everybody who owns at Cruise on Land, they are already approved for Airbnb. And the guests get to use all the amenities I mentioned at no additional cost. Owners are guests, guests are owners. So it's unlike other projects where they're saying, oh, you have to pay to get in here, pay to get in there. No. The only people that's paying to get in anywhere is if you're not a guest. You want to go to the casino? You can go to the casino. You want to go to the water park? That's going to be $75, $60 per person. Sure, you can come in, but you're not staying here, so therefore you're going to pay us. You want to go to the casino? Of course you can go there. You want to go to the amphitheater and go check out a show? Of course you can. You're paying. You want to go eat in the restaurant over here at the wherever the casino area? Go have at it. But if you want to be over here in the man-made lake, hanging out with the rest of the owners and guests, sorry. You can't pay your way in that one. So all I'm saying is they've set it up beautifully and no additional cost for guests. So whoever's going to stay, it's almost like when I just showed you Margaritaville. When the people are staying there, they get to go around and use all the amenities. They're not being charged extra. So you saw the Salty Rim, but that's a restaurant. But again, people aren't being said, hey, you're going to go over here and go play tennis. We're going to charge you extra, right? I'm not going to do that. You're going over here to go work out at the fitness center. You got to pay extra. They're not doing that. That's crazy. So all I'm saying is, there you go. Eric, have you decided to go with Cruise on Land? Victor Morel, that looks so sweet, doesn't it? Hey, let's call it what it is. Cruise on Land, number one, no, is the answer to your question. Cruise on Land, number one, A or B. Larimar, number one, A or B. Those are the top two spots right now on my top 5 list. So both are 1A and 1B. It doesn't matter which one because both have the same policy. The guests get to use what owners get to use, no distinction. So if whatever's available to the owners, available to the guests, and no extra cost. So in other words, the sports complexes, the fitness centers, the amenities. If the owners use them, guests use them. We don't separate. So, oh, and by the way, he mentioned cruise on land, and I mentioned cruise on land. Without the furniture, you can still get cruise on land like 2 bedrooms. And I'm not talking about the studio 2 bedrooms. I'm actually talking about the actual 2-bedroom units. You can get them for like 120 grand, 106 and 108 grand. That's 2 studio units. I think they're like 103 grand. Was the 2 studio units with connecting doors? I think they were 103 with a loft. That's crazy. You can rent them out as a 2-bedroom or 2 studios. That's pretty sweet. You give yourself flexibility at Cruise on Land. The 3-bedroom loft, flexibility. Then they have another one that I can't really remember because they don't really have 1 bedrooms. But they have a 2-bedroom, I'm pretty sure, that has a door to it, so you can make a 3-bedroom out of that. So that's interesting. Or, yeah, they have a studio next to a 2-bedroom, so that means you can make it a 3-bedroom, which is actually pretty sweet configuration in itself. So you have many options over there. And, oh, by the way, Cruise on Land has 12 U-shaped buildings. They're U-shaped. Inside each U-shape, they have a adult pool and children's pool area. Awesome. Also, snack bar serving drinks in each compound. Every U-shape, they're going to have 12 buildings, all 12. And they have cabanas and seating areas around the pool areas and the pool deck. And they have pool, you can walk above the bar and snack bar and chill out because they have seating area there with umbrellas. And across the way, they also have 2 levels of seating areas with umbrellas with more people that's bringing you drinks and eating and whatever. It's almost like you're living at a resort, and I'm not mad. That's what it's like. It is that. That's beautiful. Hard after you see the new renderings, it's hard to back away from Cruise on Land. Now, I'm going to say it again. Cruise on Land won't be done till 2025, the first 2 or 4 buildings. But they have put it in place. The water park, the casino, and some of the other amenities are going to be in place in their first phase. Get in now while it's still cheap. Now, my other property, Larimar, is also in Dominican Republic. And Larimar, it's on a ridge up the way from Cruise on Land, but it's on a like 100, 125, 140 foot ridge. From that ridge, you may be able to, you could have ocean view condo from that ridge. They are $89,000, $90,000 for a 1-bedroom and $120,000 for a 2-bedroom. Now, Horizon Views, the upscale buildings, now you're doubling that price, $200,000, $300,000, but they have terraces that are like 25 square meters. And they have ocean view. Almost the whole building has ocean view from every room, the way they designed it. It's almost designed like the original MGM, where it's in a U shape, but everybody faces the water and it drops down. So when you move around the building, no matter where you're at, you're seeing straight ahead. That's pretty damn awesome. So unique, but that's why it costs even more. Damn near everybody has ocean view. They also allow, this is, oh, you know what? Hold on. I got to show you guys. I got to show you. Let me see if I can find this. I don't know how to pronounce it. Mercy. Oh, I got it. Larimar. Here goes. This is Airbnb. This is no bust for us, ladies and gentlemen. No bust for us. Here goes Larimar. I got to change this up. I forgot. Here we go. Okay. These guys manage the casino of the Larimar Macro Resort in Punta Cana. Don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. This is like 2 miles long. This is going to be crazy. Look at this 275 million euro project that Claire HP is promoting in Punta Cana. This just came out last week. Larimar will cover 2.7 million square meters, a boardwalk with restaurants, shops, surrounded by swimming pools, water attractions, shopping center, green areas, sports, health, and education clubs. Claire HP owns 100% of the land through its subsidiary. Are you guys getting this yet? It's going down. Work starting second half of 2023 and another 100 million euros for project management activities. Oh, did I hear something here? Ladies and gentlemen, here's the Airbnbust potentials. When we have projects and then they say, like Vista Cana, we're going to let a third party run it. Did you not see this? Another 100 million euros for project management activities. That means they're managing the project, which means we're not going to have that situation. Just like Cruise on Land, just like Larimar, they are going to run the project and activities. And of course, they're on the stock market in Spain. So this is what's happening. Oh, wait, did they mention CEO Juan Andres Romero? Okay. There you go. I have something else too, but I just wanted to show you this one because I actually pulled it up already. And firm is revalued by 40% on the stock market because of Larimar City project. Can you believe this? And their expansion through Latin America. Okay, now the last thing, and then we're running out of here. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for still hanging in here because there's something I haven't done in a while. Dominican today has kind of changed their way they show the news. Here goes another very happy with the DR. It will invest 70 million in 2023. So they're getting more money, which is very interesting. They actually show some projects down here. Now they have their own separate Bavaro and Punta Cana News, and they did have this bus company catching on fire, but they don't have their numbers like they used to. So what was the December? What was last year's tourist numbers? I know it was over 7 million, but they aren't talking about it like they were talking about it last year or the previous year. Let's see if they talk about it here with tourism. Oh, it looks like Abinader is back. Airport closes the year with important advances in projects in the works. The domestic airport, province San Juan, we valued. Okay, we're not getting the numbers. Victor Marrero, do you know the numbers? They're not giving us the numbers. It was close to a record, ladies and gentlemen. It had to be. They were already in the 7 mils. Depending on what happened the last 2 months, they could have broken the record. But they're not saying. Sky High open Santo Domingo, Miami flight, 373. Nothing's happening here. Security, nothing's happening. So again, I can't find anything good regarding any news. They're not letting it out the bag. It's like they're trying to keep it hidden. Let's see. Minister of Tourism, Felipe Bernal, Dominican Republic, stand. Oh, Here's the Fitur 2023. This is over in Spain. This is going on now. Let's see if this is the one. Madrid, Spain. Yes. Wow. Wow. This is their booth. Holy smokes. I can't wait to see the Larimar booth. They're going to sell out. So if you haven't gotten your Larimar, if you haven't put your name in for the Larimar, you got to send me an email. I'll hook you up with Gennaro. They're in Spain right now. But Gennaro, send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com if you want to get in on Larimar. In fact, I can't even do Larimar anymore because they changed their website. It used to be Larimar Smart City, but it's not, I don't think, anymore. Let's see if it's coming back up. See, they changed it. It's now It's like Black Lions International Group, but it's back. They changed the URL. It used to be LarimarCity.com, but now it has Black Lion International Group, which that's interesting. So this is Larimar, ladies and gentlemen. This is not 100 yards. This is like 2 miles long. That's how crazy this is. They are saying if you own over here in the condo, villa, townhome section with all the amenities they have, you get to still come out here and be on this boardwalk. These people staying at these hotels, they can't come in here. You get the best of both worlds. 14 hotels. Again, this is not 1 mile long. It's, from what I understand, this potentially could be 3 or 4 miles long. It's crazy. I don't know where this ridge is, but this is crazy. This doesn't do justice. Oh, wait a minute. They made some changes. Here's malls. Here's condos. Let's go look. Let's see what they got. We're not going to do that. I'm gonna end this tonight. I get excited whenever I see Cruise on Land and Larimar. Larimar is upscale. That's all I'm going to say. Upscale. And that's why it's torn between both. Upscale versus, well, Cruise on Land is going to be very nice too. It's not going to be like low end. It's going to be nice too. But Larimar, their design, they have 4 hotels signed up that are all 5-star. So I'm showing the view. Here you go. I'll put a link down below. You guys can go check this out yourself. $89,000, $90,000 for a 1-bedroom at Larimar City. I put a link in the chat room. Everybody should be able to have access. Now I'm just looking at this again because this is the top 2 places. Cruise on Land, Larimar City. This little boardwalk situation, this is sweet. This is sweet. This is sweet right here. You see the ocean out here in the background? That might just be for aesthetic purposes, but because of the ridge, it might be possible. Look at this, man-made lakes by Crystal Lagoon. This is big time stuff. The hotel, quite frankly, let's just call it what it is. You're not going to have access to the hotels. Let's call it what it is, right? But you're going to have access to this. Hanging out. And this is what the first buildings 1 and 2 are going to look like. They're making their own art gallery. All the buildings are going to look different. This is a potential view right here. Downtown Punta Cana. They're on a ridge. This is an actual road right here. Vista Cana is right in this area. Primaveral is also, if we could see to the left, 3, 4 in luxury. So it's not too far. People are saying it's far, but I'm like, I don't think so. But this renderings are sweet. Got to give them credit. This is a beach club. Oh, by the way, they have a beach club. Oh, by the way, Cruise on Land has their own transportation. If you land at the airport, they're coming to get you. Larimar, they don't have their shuttle like that. But Larimar does have a beach club. So that's why they're showing the beach and this club area. They have their own beach club. They have their own sports complex. Soccer field is one of them. Not, I don't think they have a baseball. They have tennis courts, soccer, and this right here. I don't see any renderings that has the pool. They have an 18-hole championship golf course, and this is in back of some of the townhouse villas. Fitness center, yoga. This is the university that's next door in downtown Larimar City. They have a hospital. They have the spa. This is the Central Park that's inside the complex. Oh, smart city means parking is underground. They have chargers for EVs. They have a casino. And oh, by the way, damn, I wish I had the casino. I have info on the casino too. We'll talk about it on Friday. Of course, we got to have the babes. Nightclub, restaurant, and bar. And this right here is going to be sick if they pull this off. That will be sweet. And again, not all buildings are going to look like this. Building 1 and 2, they look like this. All the rest do not. All right, there we go. So this is what you get excited about, ladies and gentlemen. And can you believe no credit check, no qualifying, and anybody can get into this? This is a beauty. We're not going to lose. We have another project that you can buy for under $130,000, a 2-bedroom. You can do something even crazier. For $210,000, you can put a door between a one bedroom and a 2-bedroom and have a 3-bedroom and have a lock off into a 1 or a 2. $210,000. But see, the problem then turns into, well, wait, I can do this over at Cruise on Land for less. I can get a 2-bedroom for $110,000, and I can get a studio for 60 G's. So $170,000. Still have a 3-bedroom. And maybe even have a penthouse to boot. So same about square footage, but one's going to be totally upscale, 100. The other one's going to be a little above average to upscale. So they're still going to fall almost in the same categories. But Larimar, I believe, is going to be in a higher category. They're going to have a shopping mall downtown. They're going to have the casino. They already have world famous chefs going to have restaurants in downtown Larimar City. So they're rocking and rolling. So I can't complain. Now, we're 3 hours in. I love talking real estate. I probably talked too long. I've discussed the Airbnb bust. We here aren't going to have an Airbnb bust. We are investing our money in places that have high demand. I suggest you do the same for starters. Research what you can get for your properties. If you know for a fact that you can get a 2-bedroom unit and you know you're going to be only able to rent it for $100, $140, $150 per night, then that means you can only spend a certain amount. You shouldn't be out there trying to spend $400,000. But I try to do the 1% rule, right? So if I'm going to rent for 120, I need something 125 a night. I need something that's going to cost me 120. I can go below the 1%, but I don't. So we buy something at 120. We're thinking we can rent it for 175, 195, 205, whatever. That's what you want. So all you have to do is do your part. Find out if it's in high demand area. Make sure there's not 6 months of lull season, 4 months of lull season. You want to have 11 months where people are coming. That's your minimum requirement. Or you didn't set yourself up in a bad way. You didn't buy a home that's already overpriced to rent out in a residential neighborhood. That's a no-go zone. Don't do it. I don't care if you've heard 10 people are making all this money. I don't care these guys are on YouTube talking about I'm making all this money. I don't care. Because the only question you should be asking them is, hey, show me your back office at 1099. In fact, show me your 1099 from Airbnb. I don't want to see any other back office. I don't want to see anybody else's stuff you're showing me. Show me your 1099 from your Airbnb. I don't want to see some XYZ website where you're making extra money from courses. I don't want to see none of that. I want to see your 1099 from your Airbnb, or just show me your back office, because you guys are claiming a lot of stuff. And it takes a lot to do what these people are saying. When they're saying, hey, I have 20 properties, I have 50 properties, I have 100 properties, that takes a lot of management. And that means you have other people working for you. Because to do that and coordinate housekeeping, because most of these people are doing condos, to coordinate housekeeping is not an easy task in itself unless you have a management company. And all 40 or 50 properties, you're going to give somebody 25, 30% of your profits. You know how much money you're leaving on the table if you do that? That doesn't even make sense. So no, you're not going to do that. So I'm not going to set you up that way. We're going to set you up with you get 1 or 2 or 3 properties that you buy at the right price. 3 properties that you're going to buy for under $500,000. How about that? Instead of 1 for $500,000, and we're going to get something that has 11 months of prime time, maybe even 12. The way this is going to work out, it's going to be 12 as soon as you bring in the parks. Kathmandu Park, amusement parks come in. Then you're going to have people coming all year long. So, and then when you bring in the world-class shopping, which they kind of have already, but not really, but when they do, now it's going to be the destination of choice. You're not just going to go to the Hard Rock to go down to get yourself the Coach bags and the Louis Vuitton and all that. They're going to find it in downtown. They're going to find it at Larimar. Now all of a sudden you got all the big time stars hanging out. They're not going to be going down to La Romana. They're going to not only going to be going to Cap Cana. They're not just going to be going over to Cocatal. They're going to start going, well, wait a minute. We're going to stay at Cruise on Land, because we got that 4-bedroom with 2 jacuzzis in a freaking penthouse up there. And my kids can go play in the water and the lakes and the pools and all this stuff. They can go play. We don't have to watch. We have security here. We're all good. So all of this stuff comes into play. So just keep that in mind. All right. Larimar City. Let's see. Do we give them your name when contacting Larimar? James Way, yes. You only talk with, let me see if I still have his name here. Let me see something. Let me see. Gwen. Let me see. I had this. Gwen. I don't have Gwen's phone number. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, these guys, they're over in, they're over at Futur, Spain, which I showed on the screen. So here's what I'm going to do for you, James Way, in case. I think you already contacted them, though, didn't you? Hold on a second. Here's Gennaro's number. Let me get it for you. Let me get Gennaro's number. Gwen's number, I don't have. I should. I probably have it. I just don't. Okay, here we go. Gennaro. Let's see. It's what the heck? This is on. Here we go. This is going to be on WhatsApp, and he's not around. Well, he's in Spain right now. Actually, he's from Spain. Now that I'm thinking about it, 327-2191. That's Gennaro's number. That's hit him up in WhatsApp. Gwen. What the heck? Okay. He's the assistant, and I think he changed his phone number. Can't find it. So Gennaro's there. So just hit him up. And yeah, let him know. Let him know. Yeah, I don't know where Gwen is. Let me see. That's no. I don't have Gwen's red. Wait, Gennaro, can you send us available? Well, I was getting closer, but I can't find his number. I usually put the number on the screen, and I have a lot. And if you want a lawyer, um, which does the closing over there, tracks it, does it, then we use Johan Confidante. At least that's how I pronounce it. So unfortunately, I don't have Gwen's number. I think he changed it. He used to be the assistant, and his other assistant, I don't. She's well, she kind of works with him still, but not under Gennaro. So we'll see. Okay, that's not going to work. All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 hours, 12 minutes in, and whenever we talk real estate, I want to get things in perspective around here. We got a lot of misinformation because everybody was, playing fat cats, being able to be like, hey, because of the lockdown, people needed places to stay. So everybody was saying Airbnb, which made sense. So you had all this fake guests staying. Normally, they're not traveling around. It's just that they need a place to stay in your local city. So being in a residential neighborhood was no problem. Now that we're dealing with actual people working and not really taking off on the weekends, now you don't find where you can do like 7, 8, 9, 2 weeks in a row, 1 week in a row, 3 weeks in a row. Now all of a sudden you've fallen into that category that you're just a normal renter. And they have thousands of other choices. And you're sitting there like, why aren't I getting bookings? Well, Airbnbust is a thing. And so hopefully tonight, James Way, which unit were you thinking about? You only have two choices, either a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom. Or you buy one for 90 and get the 2 bedroom for 120, and now you have 210, and now you have a 3 bedroom, and you've changed yourself into a 1 bedroom, a 2 bedroom, or a 3 bedroom lock off to give yourself some flexibility. Under 250,000, and that it's upscale. Can we rent this for 75 a night, 100 a night, 120 a night for a 1 bedroom? 2 bedroom, can we get 200 a night, 250? For a 3 bedroom, can we get 300 a night, 295 or more? Because if it's really upscale, and we really do have bungalows over water that's going to cost somebody $4,000 or $5,000 per night, and then we have another 5-star hotel that's charging people $400 or $500 or $600 per night, and we have another one that's charging that same amount, and that's a hotel room. And yes, the hotel room is going to be very nice. They're going to have the Wi-Fi. It's probably going to be a studio, but that studio is probably going to be 400 square feet, 500 square feet, the equivalent of a 1 bedroom. But it'll just be a studio, but furnished very nicely for a 5-star resort. That's what people are used to, right? So if they're charging for their 5-star studio unit 400 or 500 per night, that means I should be able to get 295 a night, right? For my 2 bedroom, and I still have a 1 bedroom over here. So combined, I should be able to get 400 for my 1 bedroom separate. So imagine this: our 1 bedroom we went for 100, the 2 bedroom we went for 275. If we're able to rent them in tandem, that's 375 per night, and we only spent 225, 230 after furniture. I like that. More than 1%. 375. I'll take it. That's my estimations. I'm thinking if that's what happens, we can do that. The same thing goes along with Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. They're charging people $1,200, $1,300 per night right now. And by the way, if Victor Morel's still here, I know it's late night. He's probably got to get up and do some work, but we're going to go overtime because I want to show you guys something right now. I want to show you something. This is one of the things that's going to catch you. This right here, we got to call it like it is. We can't bury our heads in the sand because this is what we're looking for. I'm going to show you this is not what we're looking for, but this is actually what we're trying to accomplish. Let me see. Can we get here on the screen? Let's see if we can get this up. I'm going to have to do some things here. Let's see. We're going back to Punta Cana. We're going back to something that's going to be very interesting. This is all an experiment with people that have limited amenities. So I'm going to go over here. Let's see what happened. Did I not put in? Oh, okay. Here, I'm going to go once again. I'm going to go to my favorite time of the year this time, February 2nd through the 9th. We're going to add 4, 5, 6. We're going to add 6 guests, February 2nd through the 9th. We're going back to Punta Cana. We're going to go to 2 places, and then we're going to go. Just so I can keep telling you about demand. We need demand. Price and demand. Investors, you invest. You don't hope. You invest. So here is February 2nd through the 9th. Oh, wait. What is this here? 204. Villa Escape with pool. Don't know where this is, but nice. 204, brand new. Wait, there's no Primaveros. What's going on? Maybe this one is. Primavera, 171. Okay, I want to illustrate once again. This is February 2nd through the 9th. We have 100,000 tourists coming through the airport at Punta Cana. That's 100,000 tourists, but some of those tourists are together. So that's why I don't really say 100,000. So let's mark it down to 50%. 50,000 people are looking for rooms to stay for this week, right? This guy right here is charging $171 a night. He bought this in Primavera 2 for around $100,000. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. All right, just to give you an idea, look at this. I'm not a fan of all the colors, but it is what it is. He's charging. He's only had 3 renters, but the point is he bought this for like $100,000. That's the point. So he's got the right price. He can charge whatever he wants and still going to be a winner. Here goes somebody else, 81. This is a 2-bedroom at Primavera. It's a 2-bedroom L. He bought this for $60,000. He's getting 81 per night. He's rented out 7 times. Reason why he has a 4.86 rating is because he has amenities. They have 3 pools there. They have a basketball court there. That basketball court also has a gazebo, and I don't know if they have the barbecue in there yet or not, but there might be the barbecue might be there as well. They still are going to have a soccer. They're still going to have a fitness center. They're still going to have a game room. Those aren't even in yet. He's able to get 81 per night. That's more than the 1%. Remember, he bought this for 60 grand. He's asking 81 per night. People are renting it. So he's doing pretty good. 60 grand. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is because I'm going all the way up here with the high risk location. And I want to show you something which is very, very interesting. Now, remember, at Hard Rock, they're charging over $1,200 per night to stay at the Hard Rock. It's going to cost somebody 10 grand to stay there. But look at this. I'm at the Hard Rock right now. This right here is Cana Rock. I think. We're going to find out. Okay. So look at this. The same place. The prices have trickled up as they should because we're in prime time. But look, This is 117 with the free golf cart, pool, front condo. And this is a 2-bedroom as well. But this 2-bedroom did not cost 60 grand. This 2-bedroom cost probably in the neighborhood of 140, 150. All right. Much different, but they're not charging 160. He's getting 80 a night. This should be 160. And especially when these guys are charging 1,200 a night for a room or even a suite. It doesn't really matter. It could be a suite. 134. They have a jacuzzi. Of course, it better be empty. 5-star. They have a terrace. That's only 134 a night. And this is a 2-bedroom penthouse with a jacuzzi, with a dining area, with their little everything. So what I'm trying to show you is, look at this, 69 a night, another 2-bedroom, 34 rentals, of course. Why wouldn't they? It's 69 a night. 113, golf course view. 114, 88. We're getting a little closer. This is 243, and this is called Beach Rock. Brand new. He doesn't know. He's the most expensive. He's brand new. The only other person is over here at 285, brand new. They're thinking they can get that because they're new, but they can't get it because, look, everybody else is here. 116, 159, 117, 113. You're going to be hard pressed to get in the twos, even with the bar upstairs, even with the cool spot, even with being closer to the water. So the question is, what's the difference between somebody staying here at 146 and somebody staying here at 243? You're still on the same property. And they're new. So here goes another new. All these new. And this is going to keep coming up. And I got to say one thing about Connor Rock. It's by the water, but the amenities are lacking. Some of the places that's coming out that's not even here yet, Space, Terra, Galaxy, they have their own restaurant. They have their own fitness center. I don't know if they have a spa or not, but they have certain amenities and in their project, unlike these other guys who may not have a restaurant. But all I'm saying is, if everybody has a 2-bedroom or a 1-bedroom, you have a range. And clearly the range is, well, I wouldn't even say 285, but I wouldn't say 243. They haven't rented yet. But under 200 is what it looks like. I don't know why they're doing 243, but they're not going to get it because everybody's under that number. 200 is this guy. So, and that's new too. So again, all these guys, they're going to find themselves, and keep in mind, there's going to be another 600 to 1,000 more units that's going to come here with 3 more projects. And actually, there's a 4th project up here too. So this is one of those things where the demand of the area can offset any problems that you're going to have. So what I'm trying to get at is, if they didn't have demand in Punta Cana, and let's just say they had low, let's say they had a lull. Let's say July, August, September, October, November, it was low season. And now you would have a problem because all those units at that price in one location, and you don't have the rental or the demand for rental, now you're going to have a problem. But people at Connor Rock ultimately are going to be fine because they bought under 250, and the demand is going to rise over time. So they're going to be able to raise their rent values over time. So they're still going to win. They're just not going to win as soon as the guys at Primavera or the guys at Vista Cana or the guys at downtown who all bought theirs for 100,000 or less, or 150,000 or less, because they're going to be able to charge less and get more rentals. So they're going to be able to win. That's why demand should be your number one concern when you go looking to get into Airbnb. Otherwise, you're going to be part of the Airbnb bust going forward, because all the smart guys are going to be sitting over here collecting cash, and you're going to be sitting over there going, why isn't anybody renting? And I have a mortgage, and not a pretty one either. 400,000 or 500,000 is not pretty. 600,000, 700,000. Like I say, I'm going to pick on, not really picking, but Shelby Church, who has 1.6 million subscribers, I think. She's been very candid about her Airbnb. She was thinking, because let's face it, she has all these subscribers. She didn't have to get an Airbnb, but she heard about it and she was like, wait a minute, these guys are making $20,000, $30,000 per month. I love it. Let me get in. But nobody told her she wasn't in the real estate business. She's a great YouTuber apparently, but she bought a property for $700 and some odd $1,000 in the desert. Again, for 6 months, you have little demand, maybe 7, but 6 months for sure. And she found out this year she was living high on the hog in January, February, March, and April. But then all of a sudden a cliff fell off and she's owing like $3,000 a month and not even bringing in $2,000. So now all of a sudden for 4 or 5 months, she's doing negative. So she had to face facts. She says, oh, it's going to be fine. Because why? She's not needing the extra money, for one. And two, she's like, oh, we'll just come and stay here. So it defeats the whole purpose of what she was doing initially. But as it turns out, she realized she overpaid. We don't want to do that. And then she didn't pick a high demand area. This would have never happened if she would have spent 700. Well, she didn't even have to do that. But if she would have spent the 700 and some odd thousand in a high demand area, this would have never happened. Because she would still be able to rent at the right price for a week or two and still be positive. That's how we got to do it. All right. So hopefully you guys understand what we're talking about. And James Way saying he's looking at the Larimar 2-bedroom, which is $120,000 a deal. They also mentioned that they originally weren't going to add the air conditioning units and all that. They changed it up. All the bedrooms going to have the AC, and the kitchen is going to be furnished. $120,000, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. Now, this does not beat the Cruise on Land, $137,000 fully furnished 2-bedroom penthouse, but that's awfully close. Because that actually was one of my little things with Gennaro. I said, hey, man, every project has the white line. White line is meaning it has the refrigerator, the stove, the range, the dishwasher, the washer and dryer. And I was like, how are you guys doing this? Everybody has white line. And what about the AC units? I asked him. He's like, oh, no AC units. Now, the white line's included. AC in every room's included. They've now entered upscale. And I shouldn't even say upscale. They've entered their competition. That's what their competition does. They have the extractor. They have the AC in all rooms, not the competition. Not everybody does all rooms. They'll do the living room, and then they leave it up to you to buy the extra rooms. So all that is possible. All right? So just letting you guys know that's the way to do it. Hopefully you've listening. Hopefully you've learned a little bit. I thank you so much for being here. Please join us on Friday night at 9:10 p.m. We'll be talking other strategies to making money, not necessarily with Airbnbust, but who knows where the wind's going to blow for the next round on the live streams. 9:10 p.m. Friday night. Please come join us. We'll be talking about some other ways where you can make money, where you can earn financial freedom. And sure, it might take 2, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, or it can take 2. Take your pick. But either way, you can either use your money to put it in stocks or waste it away on liabilities, or you can put your money into real estate that they're building right now where you can get in with no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. And after 2 to 3 years, once they complete it, your property value has increased. So you have equity, which is always good to have because you can always tap equity. Ask Elon Musk. Stocks and real estate are similar when it comes to equity. If my stock value is worth 400,000 and I can borrow against it. If I bought a home for 120,000 and it ends up being worth 350,000, that difference, 230,000, I can actually borrow some of that and use that to buy more assets that return or give you a return on your money. That's the way you got to do this going forward. You can't play the old school game. You can't just go, I'm going to buy a house, pay for this house. After 30 years, you've already paid for the value of the house, the property value. Again, the fallacy that people don't realize, you buy a house for 500,000, you pay for it for 30 years. At the end of 30 years, yes, it did cost you damn near $1 million. It cost you actually $1 million. I already know once you actually calculate insurance, tax, real estate taxes, maintenance, upkeep, HOA, if there is any. You've spent over $1 million after 30 years. So after 30 years, somebody goes, my house is worth $1 million. You say, well, you lived here 30 years, you paid $1 million. So yeah, it should be worth $1 million. We're not going that route. We're trying to get you into a second home scenario where you're renting it out. You have passive income coming in and you're using that to pay for where you live. 3 years, 2 years, you can have it done. 1.5 years, you can have it done if you mess around with Primavera, because they'll build you a villa in 14 months. You will be renting it out in the 15th month. You'll be getting 10 to 20% return on your money by the account of Airbnb right now. And they still have a war in Ukraine and Russia and that territory. So you're missing about 200,000 tourists per year because of that. Imagine when that finally gets finalized in one way or another. It's a shame, but now you're going to have 200,000 more people coming annually to the Dominican Republic. 100,000 of those are going to be coming through the Punta Cana airport. Might not seem like a lot, but when you start going, divide that by 12, all of a sudden you can 10 to 15,000 people extra coming into an area, and half of those people need a place to stay. You can see where this starts adding up quickly. And that's where you want to be. And again, there's different levels to all of this. There's always a normal, what we'll call a C, normal. That's when you have a condo, a villa in a residential neighborhood that has high demand areas like Punta Cana. Okay? Then we're going to call it B level. That's going to be our villas or condos in a place like Primavera, in a place like downtown, where they have a little few amenities, security, and the price is right. Perfect. Not going to spend an arm and a leg. You get a little bit more than you should. 120,000. You have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath villa. Or for 80,000, you have a 2-bedroom penthouse. Those type of things. Beautiful, right? Now, then we move into phase A, the A League. That's the Larimars, the Cruise on Land, the Vista Canas, where you have upscale meets amenities. Primavera 3, 4, and luxury. All of a sudden, they say, hold on, we're in this too. So now they've added restaurants, clubhouses, man-made beaches, 4- and 5-star amenities, cigar lounges, casinos, water parks, multiple pool areas, multiple beach areas within the project, walking and running trails, cycling trails, tennis courts, basketball courts, soccer fields, children's playground, pet areas, fitness centers, game rooms. All of a sudden now you're like, hold on now, this sounds like a resort. Resort living, I like that. So now you think in a high demand area, we know we can charge more than the other people that have the C properties or the B. We know we're going to be above those because people are going to look and say, hey, we're staying here at this kind of cool place. But we just met somebody who said they have a water park, they have a casino, they have restaurant, bars, nightclubs. Where's this at? And all of a sudden people are like, wait a minute. We want to stay there. We don't have restaurant, bars, nightclubs, fitness centers, game rooms, casinos, amphitheater. Wait, they had an amphitheater with musical artists that came there? Yes, and there was 10,000 people there. Where's this at? Larimar. Oh, they had 7,500 people there. Where's that at? Cruise on Land. Where's this water park at? Cruise on Land. What's going on? Where did you guys get married? Cruise on Land. All of these number ones, Larimar, Cruise on Land, I keep mentioning them. Those are my number ones. They're in my top 5. So you have an advantage over everybody else. Think about this. I'm going to use Cruise on Land and Larimar. Whenever you have a wedding, and you can actually have a wedding over the mountain that can see the water, and that's your backdrop, you're going to have a wedding. Larimar is going to have weddings on their deck. Cruise on Land, they don't have the ocean view. And some people may be going, Eric, how do they have an ocean view from 4 miles away? I get you, but they're on a bluff. Cruise on Land's not on a bluff. So what do? They created several water areas, and then they put their pergolas on the edge of the water. So when people are getting married, the water is their backdrop. They have 3 areas where water is their backdrop. They have 1 area where they have palm trees and lush greenery and flowers and things like that as a backdrop. They have 4 wedding areas at Cruise on Land. So these places have upped the game, and quite naturally, Vista Cana could have wedding venues as well. Cana Rock as well. All of these downtown, there's going to be a projects that will too, like the beach or something. But the fact of the matter is, there's these resorts now. There's no reason for you to do something crazy, like Shelby Church, for instance, buying property in Palm Springs for $700,000. Do you know what she could have done in Dominican Republic for $700,000? She could have bought like 5 things. She could have bought a villa a year ago. Even now, you can probably find a villa somewhere, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath villa for 107. In fact, I know you can. At Primavera 3, you can buy a 1,800 square foot villa for like $185,000. So there goes one. You can buy a 2-bedroom condo at Larimar for 120, right? So now we're at 300. That's 2 properties. You can go over to Cruise on Land and get a 2-bedroom penthouse, or forget that. We'll just get a 2-bedroom, 2 studios penthouse that are connecting doors for $120,000, $127,000 fully furnished, right? So now we're around 500. We got 3 properties. All those properties are in prime time locations. We still haven't even gotten up. We still got to spend another $200,000. Where do we go do that at? If we do that, we're going to have more properties. So we're going to have 5 properties for $750,000. You don't think that we can't get money coming in the door? And when you have 5 properties, you don't have to rent all of them. The fact of the matter is, you could sit there and say, okay, 2 of them are rented this week, 3 of them are rented the next week, together as a group. Next thing you know, you're collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm just saying, it's doable. We have somebody here that has a record. It's not me. They have 4 properties. I think it's 4. I don't think they got a 5th. They have 4 properties in the Dominican Republic that has a record. We have 40 people that have bought property in the Dominican Republic. 36 of those 40 bought in the Punta Cana area, because I've been recommending that because of 52% or 50% of all tourists come through Punta Cana Airport. So if you have 7.5 million visitors, 3.7 to 4 million of those visitors come through Punta Cana Airport. Where would you think to buy real estate? Come on. Just like around Cancun, they're building a railroad that goes to Tulum, Carmen de Playa. You got Cancun. You have Merida that goes to the other side, and I can't remember the 5th city, but it connects. They're taking tourists around. That's great for them. That means those properties in Tulum have started skyrocketing. You used to be able to get something on the beach for $100,000. Not anymore. You have to be like 2 miles in. Now you have to spend $200,000 to be right to the beach. This is the same thing that's going to happen in Punta Cana. Victor Morelos, by the beach, $230,000, but now they're selling it for $380,000. The same unit, $380,000 in his building. So he has profit. Or everybody has profit, actually. $120,000 for this panorama garden penthouse that I was going to get. I actually rescinded that because I'm not happy. Vista Cana is going to be awesome. But whenever they started talking about we're going to have to pay for amenities, I was like, I'm not down. I'm going to have guests. I'm not living there. If I'm going to live there and you guys say, Eric, you can use the facilities, I'm still be like, okay, that's great, because I'd say I'm staying. But I'm renting 99% of the time. I'm not dealing with my guests coming back to me saying, hey, Eric, the place was nice. It's awesome. But when I wanted to go to the sports complex, they were charging me whatever, $20 a day. When I wanted to go up to that Vista Cana Beach Club, because the beach club has a fitness center inside there too, and it got pools and showers and spa and all that, restaurant, and they said, oh no, you got to pay to get in here too. And I got 4 or 5 people with me. I was like, I'm not happy. And how much can I charge a guy if he's got to pay this extra stuff just to go use amenities? That's not cool. So therefore, I'd rather spend $120,000 and have a ocean view unit at Larimar, and everything's included. And yes, it's not a penthouse. Yes, I can't sleep 6. I can only sleep 8 potentially. I can only sleep 6. Great. But I'm offsetting that with this little bit smaller unit. More than likely, I haven't gotten it yet, ladies and gentlemen. You guys will know about it. I'll show the contract. But the fact of the matter is that has upscale. So I think I'm going to be able to charge just as much or more than Vista Cana once it's built. And if you're in the first phase, it's going to be built 2025. First phase, 2.5 years from now. So keep that in mind. Cruise on Land 2025, first phase. And their first phases, they plan to have casino on both of them. Cruise on Land and Larimar have casinos. And the water park at Cruise on Land, they're talking about that's going to be done, first phase. At Larimar, casino, restaurants downtown, shopping mall, nightclubs, they're talking about that in 2025 as part of their first phase in downtown. So people are going to be coming downtown before they're even going to get anywhere near finishing this complex. So think about all this, ladies and gentlemen. Lots to think about. There is no Airbnbust. Is the party over, host? For some of us, the party's not going to ever be over. The only way it's going to be over is if there's some geographical change. Because once you have it built in, this is why LA is LA. This is why Miami is Miami. This is why Orlando's Orlando. Because once you have the infrastructure for everything there and you have the tourists coming in, even if somebody pulls up stakes and leaves and says, I give up, like the water parks that were in Orlando, they literally were finally succumbed to the competition because a water park wasn't just good enough. So then they had to remove some of the water parks. And in those places, the other parks expanded. So there's always going to be people coming in because of demand. They have a lot of tourists, a lot of demand. People are coming there to stay. So they always have builders coming in. They always have revitalization going on. Just like Margaritaville. They're actually making another section. It's double the price than the first ones or more, but that's because they know the rental values. Same thing. So they keep winning. So again, hopefully you guys have learned a little bit. I almost did 4 hours. I didn't want to. James Way, if you get Larimar, let me know. I think that's a great deal. The 2-bedroom at 120. Actually, it's 118.9, ladies and gentlemen. I'm using 120 because I just round up. But you can actually get a 2-bedroom ocean view for 118. 120, 122, 136. They started changing the prices because people are finding out about it. And once they have demand, they get to raise the prices. So whether it's 125, 126, if you get higher now, they charge a little more. But if you say, I'm with SSN Nation, talk to Gennaro, he might be able to get you that other price, the 120, 122, 118.9. It's part of being in the SSN Nation, ladies and gentlemen. We do the damn thing. All right, we're going to cut this out now. So again, smash the like button. Please share the videos with other people. And hopefully I'll see you on Friday night. And don't forget to check out our Miracle Cash and more videos. Cash Flow NFT, check that out. If you want passive income, exit strategy in 4 years, check them out. All right. We're promoting that. I'm promoting that. So make sure. And with all that said, keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.